Would you want to
Well,
go anywhere in
wherever-
particular?
Text me?
If Nick is stuck in it and I
Ignore
unlock
it, I
it,
asked
would
you.
I have to like move
He's in
him
the
to?
door.
Also, why do I have a voicemail from
Oh, he got
Essentially, no, he's like in the door, so if you were to unlock it and open it, he's stuck in the
That's
door.
what I
You'd be
mean, like,
opening
so
the
I
door
wouldn't
and
be
he's
able
just
to-
inside of it.
Okay, well I won't start with that one. I'll start with whatever one I'm closest to. That looks not like a scary character.
So probably the one right here by the door
Sure.
is a pink-haired human male.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay,
Where's the bear in shorts?
you can look around.
I'm gonna go look for him and just awkwardly ignore
Okay.
pink hair.
You're ignoring that person,
Uh-huh.
and you're going to stare at. Inside, you see a bear wearing yellow shorts and a blue backpack. That's what you see in there. You see a bear wearing yellow shorts and a blue
Can I
backpack.
do a history check on that?
Sure.
Talk to them.
See if I know what a from my like United States.
Sure.
I need my character sheet.
He's missing a yellow jacket.
15.
Hmm?
15.
Yeah.
Paddington, I know.
I know that was Paddington.
I don't think Veronica would necessarily know who this is.
Do I know?
Absolutely not.
Do I know?
You're from this world now.
I
You
don't
see
know,
a
I didn't
bear
know
in
if that
there.
was part of this
Oh!
book.
I know who it is. I do.
So
I
does
absolutely,
Nick-
yes, Nick does know who it is. I just figured it out.
Does this Nick
He's
get privy knowledge
missing
to
his
the other
friend
Nicks?
Kazooie.
Is he though? Really?
He is.
Banjo? Is he that one?
So this is Inky's friend, supposedly.
Who?
Inky.
Alright,
Loki's
but I don't
friend
care
is
about that right
Julius, the white dragonborn.
You're stuck in the door.
Can I make another strength?
I'm unlocking doors here.
I know.
So you're unlocking them. We don't really have someone for this turtle, but this hag is the turtle.
The portal.
Hell,
So
it's like a turtle.
hence sees Julius in there. So you start to, so you unlock the first one. There's a human male with pink hair in there. Are you just unlocking the doors? Are you going into any of them? What are
I'm
you
just
doing?
unlocking for now.
Okay, so you're going around, you're making your way to each one, and you're unlocking them. The two at the end, when you get down there, have a shimmering, almost force field around them. And there's two Arkeyan dolls just standing at the end of there, each just doing this and looking at each one of the cells.
They're not even caring that we're there.
They don't seem to care. They're holding up their hands towards the shimmering things, which you don't see a keyhole on there.
And I can't. Would I think in my head that I could potentially dispel magic?
Probably.
Or should I just think in my head that I should kill them?
Either one are
Based on
viable
previous
options.
events, you would
no,
kill them.
Veronica does not do that.
Either one are
Maybe we
viable
should take a
options.
vote.
in
Based
your
on
mind.
previous events.
It's up to you how you want to proceed. They aren't bothering anyone, but they are just standing there, and you're deducing that they are probably causing these barriers.
Also,
There's
remember,
three of them?
Grimhoss is very likely going to be here.
There's two
After
of
a
them or
while,
three of
you
them?
manage to get your way through into there. Okay, so you are now in there with your sleeping father.
Dad. Dad.
Make a perception check.
Where am I again? I have no idea what I'm doing here. How dark is it?
18.
18. He's not responding when you're just violently shaking him, but you do notice a necklace around his neck that he doesn't wear a necklace like that. But that's what you notice. But you're shaking him, and he's breathing. He
Does
seems
it have any,
normal. He's
does
just
it have any symbols on it like that I've recognized before?
no,
No.
just a weird gold-banded necklace.
And is it like, is it almost like a choker collar, or is it like a
It's
a
almost
chain?
like hovering there around him, where it's not touching his skin. It's like a ring almost around there that's just hovering there. But he seems to be stable and just breathing, but he's not responding. And as you open the other ones, you notice the other 6 individuals, other than the 2 in the place at the end, also have one of these around them.
Can I do identify on it?
Sure. Which one? Well, it doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Whichever one I'm on.
While she's doing that, I touched my dad's collar.
Okay, you can touch it. Nothing happens.
I try to break it off.
You
No,
get the
it's
idea that these are causing them to just be in a state of sleep, constant sleep.
Okay.
So,
Can I check on art now?
sure. So you go over, you see that you don't necessarily have any relationship to this person anymore, but
Right.
you're aware that the other penny had a brother here, but he's in the same unconscious state, just breathing normally. When you get to Julius and Krusty, you see that while they are alive and breathing too, they have been battered quite a bit, and they've seen someone's beat the crap out of those two. The other four do not seem to have been beaten.
Okay. Can I try to break off one of these?
I was trying to do the same thing, break off my dad's.
Make a strength check. Are you just trying to
I go
break
into
open
a
hands, or are you
rage
trying
to do so,
anything else?
because I'm really angry.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay. Without too much effort, you just pop it off,
I'll let him.
and after a couple moments, Twilight just starts to wake up and look around. Now it's fairly dark in here.
Yeah.
It's not pitch black, but there's like torchlight.
Dad.
Let's go. Nick?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about your dad, so this is gonna be weird. We're gonna go with it anyway.
You've been up there before.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about your guys' relationship, how you guys interact. So we're
bald.
Make it very generic.
He's bald.
He's bald. Got it. You notice he doesn't have any hair.
There we go.
What happened to your hair? Your beautiful watch
He'd be livid about this. Like, he'd be mad that he's
Yeah.
been held. Yeah.
I
So
think
he
he'd be
wakes up, he's
concerned
like,
about me too.
Nick, oh my God! And he just puts his
Yeah.
arm around you and starts to hug you. He's like, well, what are you doing here? I kept thinking this was all a horrible dream, and I didn't think it was real, but then it seemed really real, and I would go to sleep, and then I'd wake up, and it was still really real. And there's talking bears here, and there's weird robot people, and they talk, and
This reminds me of something.
you have worked out a lot more than normal. Where are we, and what are we doing here?
We are in a situation that is way too weird to even try to explain to you, that if I tried to, it wouldn't make any sense. Just think of, like, you know, some of the video games I've played before?
Yeah, I kept thinking I'd watched you play too many of those.
Yeah, this is essentially one of those, but it's like, except for it's real, but it's not a video game. We're like, you know how, like,
there's a bear over there that can talk.
Yeah. Yes.
That's weird.
I'm figuring stuff out.
He's very nice, though.
Yes. There's people from TV shows, like, it's weird, Dad.
Right. He says the actress's name because he doesn't. I don't know the actress's name. Plays Angela. She's here, but she's not her. She actually thinks she's the character Angela.
She is. It's weird. I know. Like parallel universe type crap that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, here's the thing.
Shouldn't we have left them on?
We're getting you out
Yeah,
here.
don't we
I have
get
special
that?
abilities now that are weird and crazy too.
Can you talk to people's minds?
No.
One of the people we were with said
You
his
see
daughter
these?
kept talking to him
You
in his
see
mind.
these?
And so, and I don't know what.
Do you see these?
Yeah.
That's my super strength. Is I got like super strength and I can't get hurt
How
by
come I don't?
things.
Maybe I do too. No, I'm trying that.
We're gonna get you out of here.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing at this time?
I'm inspecting the walls to see what they're made of
Okay, they seem to be
and
made
how thick they seem to be.
They seem to be made of stone. You're not sure, but when you came in from the outside, they seemed like maybe 2-3 feet thick, but you don't know. I assume are you taking off everybody's necklaces, or are you opening them
I'm gonna
up?
let him take them off because I'm not gonna be strong enough to do it. But I was gonna ask them like, hey guys, and tell them about the Arkeans at the end. Like, I'm not gonna do it on my own, but what do you think we should do here? Because I'm happy to take them out.
So I'm
Brings
gonna.
his up and he goes, we're going to beat the crap out of them. And he goes over there and just starts wailing on this Arkeyan doll. Julius does.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'll just
And
throw my two hammers down at this
easily
guy.
enough, you guys dispatch them. They're not even fighting back. They crumble to the ground, and the force field drops. Inside of one of them is Lord Crumbsuck at the end, and the other one is an original Arkeyan that you guys recognize to be Darshak, the one you had met in the temple previously here.
Awesome. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna break off, like over time, just break each of them off.
Okay.
The only two that I'm truly concerned about are Angela and Penny's brother.
Okay. So
that I'm gonna speak to.
So everyone is, like I said, these 6 are seemingly, or those 4, sorry, are seemingly unharmed. Banjo, because it is Banjo. Angela, in all my notes, because I thought it was funny, I wrote Mr. T. And
It's
it made me laugh at one
your whole
time.
time,
Like,
I
oh,
pity
Mr.
the
T.
fool. I pity the fool.
And Arthur. None of them seem to be hurt. Julius and Krusty are beat up. Lord Crumbsuck does not seem to be really injured, and Darshak, you can't really tell. He's an Arkeyan made of
Can
armored
we
shell.
heal
So
I think
Julius got. We gotta get out of here, guys. There's a lot of them here.
Yeah.
Do you have a big plan? Yeah, they can walk.
Okay.
Okay.
He
Big
came up with
plan.
something. Banjo's looking around. Has anyone seen my sister Tootie?
Oh my god.
My sister Tootie was taken with me in some magic portal.
Alright, stick with us, we'll find your Tootie. Tootie.
Kazooie didn't come with me.
Oh my god.
Well,
I look at him and I'm just like, what?
You know, I'm not even surprised at this
Video
point.
games too? What the hell is going on?
Arthur, by the way, has run up to you and is just grappled onto you,
Just,
holding
like,
you
awkward
super
stiff
tight
hug.
because you're his sister and he loves you very much.
So much worse.
Should we leave
I'll
the
go-
way we came, or should we...
One second. Oh, Arthur.
Does he have an accent? Nope, he doesn't have an accent.
No,
but you didn't
he
used
would
to.
though. He would, I just didn't do it before.
But he,
He's supposed to.
well, but if he has an accent now, it would be confusing.
No, it wouldn't.
Hello, I'm Arthur. How are you? Is this his voice?
That's scary enough. Yeah, go for it, you got it.
What?
Is this something that...
She wanted him to have a voice, so I was just making one up. No, anyway. Who are you?
Hi.
Penny, who are these people?
Okay, listen.
I'm Dave.
There's a very strange situation going on.
Oh, I know.
This is.
This is nice,
not-
but we need to get out of here.
She looks
Did
just
we
like
go
your
up the
sister.
stairs up, so we can't really go back up the stairs.
I know.
Why
I know
can't
your
we?
sister, Penny.
Them up.
This is.
Okay.
She looks like her.
Maybe
It's
come
not
up.
her. Okay.
Oh,
I know
that's
my
right.
sister
We
too. I
Yeah,
grew
we
up
don't
with her.
have
That's my
stairs
sister.
anymore.
It
She's
looks
wearing
like-
weird clothes.
we could-
That's
looks
her.
like-
No,
looks
I'm
like
not
her.
your sister.
we could always
Okay.
go through
Your
the wall.
sister was here at one point. She was
Should I hit down?
inside in a weird
nice if we
way.
all
Penny,
have
what's this crazy
teleport.
guy talking about?
it's like a doppelganger thing.
I'm trying to explain to him what's going on because essentially I'm.
Can we
correcting that
explain what's
situation.
going on once we're to safety?
Yeah, Inky's like, maybe we should leave.
Yeah,
agree with you.
But we
talk
did
later.
destroy the
Stairs
stairs
down.
coming down.
Yeah, we don't have
Right,
stairs.
we're gonna have to go around out a different way.
Does
That was
anybody
really
know
just
any other
like-
way up?
There's a way out this other way. That's the way they brought us in. So we can go out that way, probably.
Alright, Julie.
Works
I don't
for
know
me.
what's all out there, but
Yeah.
we got lots of people now.
I'll go first. I don't know why I had that accent just now.
Anybody have a harp? I do better with a harp. Did he play a harp? I don't know what you.
I have a leer or a lie.
Wait, is he a bard?
Yeah,
I thought he was a fighter.
that's why he's got a
Do,
little.
do, do, magic flip.
No, his other Dragonborn, his first Dragonborn was a.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I pull out the lie.
Oh, fantastic!
Don't know why I have it.
Wait, you have
Krusty's like,
a
what are you guys doing here? How's my baby?
I don't know what happened to your ship, Krusty. I'm so sorry. Wait, do either of you know who Krusty is?
I don't.
I know.
Again, not the time.
That's so sad.
Or Crumbsuck's
Yeah,
like,
let's go. Let's get
oh, how great to see you all again!
Are you good with a sword?
I also
Do you
didn't
know where you are?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hand him
wanna
Yeah,
talk
I'm in
with
my
him.
own prison. It's
I hand him
horrible.
Frostbrand.
Yes. Let's go.
I hand him the
I was trying
Frostbrand
to
that he
stay
gives
on
me.
track,
The
but I
one that
want
he
to
made.
talk to him.
Fantastic. Are you sure you don't need it?
Maybe we can talk while we walk.
Hold on to two giant hammers I got.
I'm
Let's
going,
get out of
I'm
here.
going to
Pulling out
open up the
the wand.
door.
Okay, you
Yes,
open up
the
the
wand
door,
is
it
out.
leads down the hallway. You take it out the wand.
How dark is it?
It's torch lights down the
I
hallway.
heard
Well,
you
so I don't
said
need
My
this.
staff is
But I
not-
could.
It's essentially low light. It's not complete darkness. It's low light. There's torches, sconces throughout
I'm
the hallway.
casting light on myself.
Okay.
That's what I do.
There we go.
And you guys start making your way through the hallway. Who is heading this journey to get out of a place you've never really been?
That would be me.
All right.
I'm
Make,
following right behind him, just kind of like leading.
make an investigation check.
We've got a lot of people with us.
You
Yeah.
have a lot of
Holy
people
have
with
an
you
army.
currently.
Maybe the
2
bear
minus
should go
1.
first.
All right.
No.
The big barbarian boy is rather close.
First, you go into a closet, and you decide that's not the way. Then you
Come on in,
turn
big barbarian boy.
and
This
you
is the way.
almost step off into the forge area, and just whoa, everybody stop, and there's just a big forge down there, and you're like, maybe someone else should take the lead.
Maybe I'll do it.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
I cast light on her.
Okay, now you're bright. Arthur is still, by the way, he's sticking close to you. He doesn't know what's happening, but you're the one person he knows or thinks he knows, so he's sticking close.
Arthur messed up my roll.
Okay.
What am I rolling? Perception? Or Arthur?
Investigation?
Investigation? Why am I...
You're trying to
9.
find your way out.
9. I thought it was
Okay.
perception.
It takes you a while. You guys keep going kind of around in circles before. Hold on, let's roll for a couple random people here.
Is our wizard
Oh, right, a
perhaps good
19
with
and a 16.
investigation?
Lord Crumbstuck, don't you know the way?
Yeah, he's like trying to get to the front. He's like, guys, I know the way around here. I built this place.
Alright.
Maybe I should lead.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. And he's like, push. The hallway is narrow, and you have like 15 people
I
here.
cast
So he's
light
trying
on
to
them.
push through.
I say you're too important. Let me walk in front of you,
Well,
and you tell me where to go, and I'll follow.
all right,
I'll
up
lead.
those stairs.
Right.
So he starts leading you through the factory towards the upper. You notice that the lifts are not currently being operated, but he knows the stairways and gets you up and out of their way. As you guys exit the factory, everybody make a perception check.
10.
I got some bless on myself before.
Natural 20.
Well, I wouldn't know for that. 19.
That's enough. You got an actual 20. The first thing you notice as you're going around is there's bodies of Arkeyan dolls laying all over the place. Some have char marks, some are just blown to asunder, and off in the distance you see what looks like a flame creature, similar to the air elemental and the water elemental you guys have fought, just engulfing Arkeyan dolls and throwing them about. And
We may want to avoid that.
Is that usually...
and the Inky's like, she said she'd clear the way.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's the queen.
The
Oh.
one
Why
who
do I have-
shot air elementals out of the arrows?
The one that one of our members tried to murder.
Right.
Right.
False.
I mean, it was a good idea at the time.
We should follow. He's like, whatever, let's get out of here. I'm not doing everybody's conversation because everybody's very
Let's go.
confusing. This would be very complicated.
Very
But,
complicated.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to watch you try.
Yeah,
Let's
go
go
for
down the
it.
list.
Alright, Dad, we're going
The
this
rest
way.
of the section
Okay,
says
sir.
he's
Yeah.
just talking with himself.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, where's my cats?
What? Oh, actually.
Where's my boat?
Krusty's looking for his boat. It's not here.
Oh, if you
The
got
guy
it,
just
though.
turns, oh, here it is.
Krusty, did you sail to Trinol?
I never got to leave.
No, I'm just saying, is your boat still here? We could take your boat and sail.
It was in the harbor. I don't know what voice was I doing for him. No, that's more of a Krumstock voice. He was more of a...
I think
I don't know what voice he
I
had.
think Nut, only older.
Who's Nut? Nut sober now.
What do you mean? Who's
Nut
Nut?
sober
Yeah,
now.
that's true. I forgot.
Nut is like your most detailed character at this point.
He has a sober form and a
Lead
regular
role.
form. Everyone else just has one form.
I just
Right,
like whatever
changes.
voice you just did. That was good.
Yeah,
It's
just
in
roll
the
her down.
harbor.
Just roll with it. It's in the harbor.
Here and there.
I'm from New York. Yeah.
And
Jazzy.
beat me up and poked me with the sticks.
There you
And they
go.
asked me all sorts of questions about you, but I didn't know where you were. I said you hitched a ride and then you were gone.
That's true.
And they started poking me.
I'm really sorry that they started poking you.
They ripped my arm off.
What?
It was horrible.
Oh my god.
Do I believe
What?
it? Do I believe it? Does it look like it happened?
Looks like he's got scars on there. You're not sure if it was ripped off or not.
Why
He's
did
got
they rip
scars
your
right
arm
there.
off? Oh my.
They were asking me where you were, and I said, I don't know.
Well, let's get out of here before all of our arms get ripped off.
Why is the rest of the
Okay,
group
let's go
leaving?
talk. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Lost the arm gone.
Replace with a sword.
So your arm was gone, like, oh, we just...
Gone. No one
He was
noticed.
like bleeding.
He's
Like,
bleeding out. He's like,
I've been gone this whole time.
oh gosh.
all right, so you guys make your way through the city, following the flaming thing. Occasionally you see off on the sides Arkeyan dolls running towards that area, but they don't seem to be paying any mind towards you guys. And eventually you catch up and you see Queen Yurn on top of a building just firing arrows down at them, and this flame elemental also attacking them, and you guys are essentially catching up to her. You're near the outskirts of the town. What do you wish to do? There are still some Arkeyan dolls out there, kind of blocking the way.
What was our next route?
We need.
Into the mountains, right?
I don't think
No,
we're anywhere
so
near
we
the
do-
mountains now. We're like full day or two away from.
No, we're pretty darn close. Yeah, outskirts. Yeah, we're about it. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like,
I
I don't
was
know
way
where
wrong.
you think we are.
No, I
We're
think
in
we
the-
need. I think we need to go to
No.
Nagi.
But do we know what direction
Nagi.
that Grimhost might be coming from? We need to avoid him.
I know. So if we go south, if we go straight south towards the mountains,
Sounds Can't we,
Well, what do we do with all
can't we
these
just
people?
go somewhere? Can't we just go home? Why are we going somewhere else? We need to go home.
that's what we're trying to do.
If it was that easy to go home, we wouldn't be in this circumstance right now with a giant fire elemental there and trying to save our lives.
What are we
Gotta
gonna do with all those
flamboyantly
extra
dressed.
people?
Yeah.
That is accurate.
Hey, what are we gonna do with all these extra people? If we're
Maybe-
we're gonna have to protect
I
them.
know. I'm just saying. Let's go to the town. We know that we can probably find friends there.
In Naga?
In Naga, it's where Olin's from.
I say we have a backup plan that if trouble comes, you pop out the hut and they all go in the hut.
With me.
Of course.
If
with
trouble
those-
Most all of them will fit in
And
there. I mean, you could probably get half the people in your hut.
Well, the ones
I'll
that
stay
can't, the
outside.
ones that can't
Well,
fight,
we would have
we
to
would
stay
stay.
outside.
We would stay out and fight. I'm just saying.
Arkeya
if
dolls
we-
are approaching you guys right now.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
are
moving.
still need to get
we
past.
moved past that. I
Right,
missed
but there's
that
like a
detail.
wall of them blocking exiting the town,
Well-
and she's firing at them. She goes,
So,
"Would you guys care to help or just hang out? I mean, it'll take me a while."
I'm having
And
fun
she's still just
watching you.
shooting them.
I
I'm running
switch.
forward.
Yeah.
Okay,
Inky, do you have any more of those beads left? And help me out.
I got a squid. He throws the squid.
Useless.
I think he actually used all of his.
I mean, I can do chain lightning,
Pretty sure.
but if you guys are gonna easily take
I
them
think
out, I'm not
fireball
gonna
would be
use it.
better.
Fireball. This is pretty
You know what? I don't know what Phillips or just Scott's character had at all, but we're gonna say he has some great spell, and he blasts a hole through half of them.
There we
'cause
go.
There we go.
He's a bard and a dragonborn, and
I don't know what
Awesome.
this
he uses
does.
Thunderbolt or something. I don't know what he had.
He runs in and says, Pikachu!
So eventually you blast the hole through, and you guys are all able to run out of the town if you want. Queen Yurn jumps down and kind of joins you. And you all exit Trinal and are now. Are you doing
Someone followed us.
Oh.
Oh.
So now you guys are all on the outskirts of Trinal. We'll say for simplicity that you guys go not right outside the city, a ways away, so that you don't feel that they're not following you. And you are now in relative peace outside of the city that is burning to the ground.
Okay. Well. Oh, well,
I say we keep moving away.
Yeah. Move on.
Okay.
She's like,
To Naga.
where are you guys going? Who's training Arcana? Like proficient? You?
Nope.
No.
So
I don't
if
think anyone then.
Well, you're the closest one. Take an Arcana.
You're
check.
magic.
You're the best we got.
Hey, you got +3 or 4? That's pretty good.
10.
yeah, there we go.
All right.
Woo woo. Maybe with advantage.
No, that's what.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah.
If you're a wizard, why aren't you proficient with Arcana?
Well, Lord Crumbsuck is.
Of course he is.
And he gets a natural 1, so he doesn't know anything either.
Maybe
It
someone who's
doesn't
not
matter.
proficient.
Yeah, getting something. I'm getting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, no more rolls.
Everyone's getting single digits.
Alright, here goes the barbarian.
Oh, the barbarian.
What'd you get?
18!
Oh my
Okay.
god.
It's faint, but the bow that Queen Yurn is using is giving off a little bit of that energy as well.
No, we don't have Granny B.
But
We're fine.
she takes it, puts it on her
Shoot
back,
things.
and then
Oh, I forgot.
she looks over at Darshock and says, "Hi, I don't, Darshock or something. Sorry about how we apprehended you. could I contact my husband possibly? I think he's probably worried about me. So Darshak is like, sure, great. They have a conversation. The Arkeyan that is with you?
Oh, we just
He's
He's
the
in a
Arkeyan that
temple
helped
with
us.
some
Yeah, right.
things.
The urns.
The urns?
Oh, the
Oh,
Jamaican
right.
one.
When did we get him?
He was in
He
one
was
of
in
the
the
cells
prison.
that you freed.
We have a large
I just
room.
love the fact that if anyone's watching this, it's just like, what is going
Yeah.
on?
We don't know each other.
So
Fantastic.
he kind of walks off a little ways away from the group just so that she
The person
is
I was
having
looking
a
for wasn't there.
conversation.
I didn't care after that.
While she's having this conversation, what do the rest of the mass group want to do as she's contacting
I
her
will
husband?
try to explain things to my dad, but I'm going to keep a watch, kind of do a perimeter.
I'm just gonna do a
check.
perimeter because I don't have anyone I care about.
I'm
Really.
gonna try to avoid Arthur.
Yeah.
That's, yeah,
I
he's
mean, no.
just following you because he doesn't understand that you're not his sister, and he's just trying to talk, like, I don't know, why are you avoiding me? I mean, we got sucked to this weird portal
I
together,
don't
and now
know
we're...
who you are. It's really weird.
Okay, I'm trying to explain it to you, Arthur. I knew your sister. She was in the body of this person. Okay? Like, I'm in the person.
You were in the body of my sister?
No.
Maybe I can explain
She
this a
was.
bit more
Oh.
with a bit more finesse.
This is not going well.
You are not from this world, correct?
No.
I'm not from this
However,
world.
it seems only our souls were brought here. The
Mhm.
the body you are in right now is obviously not your body, correct?
No, it's
No, this is definitely my body.
They are all
That-
the same.
they're
We're
the
the ones
same?
that weird.
We're the weird ones?
Yes.
Well, how do we
Weird.
We're the
explain
portal
that?
people.
Yes, I know we're the portal people.
Or the
I think
PPs.
your sister might be not dead. She's fine.
She's not dead yet.
She might be dead.
No,
No,
she's
I
not
didn't mean
dead.
that. She's not.
Think
She feels happy.
He's just getting more and more just like terrified now.
I don't know what's going
But
on.
He has no idea what's happening.
Why don't you kind of
Okay,
calm
hold
emotions
on.
again?
No. I think that your sister is back in England.
Maybe.
Okay. That's so. I'm gonna be honest to you. Your sister is back in England. Her soul is, her body and everything. This is like a weird, different dimension type thing
I'm gonna
that you're
pull Veronica
stuck
to
in.
the side.
Yes, I know your sister. You guys were in the circus together and all that stuff. I know that because she told me. But this is not your sister.
No. See, I make these. I have my gun. I don't do the circus stuff.
He just kind of like sits down, just stares at the floor for a minute, just like trying to take all of this in and
I know
comprehend
it's
it.
strange.
Your father, by the way, is just sitting there like, yeah, that old Asian guy said something similar to all of this. His daughter was talking in his mind. I kept thinking maybe you would talk in my mind, but you never did. But he'd just sit there and close his eyes, and then he'd say his daughter Mulan was talking to him and telling him stuff and trying to figure out where he was. We didn't know where we were, and we were just kept together in this area. And every once in a while, these robot people would bring us food, and
I never even tried that.
they'd give us some food, and
I could do sending.
every once in a while we would hear a random voice that was a nice, calming voice, and he'd ask questions about, I don't know, just like you and stuff, but there was never anything much.
Well,
I don't know.
regardless, we need to get we need to get further away from the city. Once we get further away from the city, we need to set up camp for a night. And I'm just gonna look. I know that several of us are pretty worn out.
Are we
Myself.
far enough away from the city where?
No, I think we need to go for a couple more hours at least.
Queen Urine walks over to the group and is like, well, I've arranged transport for you all if you'd like. I can
Where?
get you all passage to Jaal.
Kind of.
My friend Queen Jade would be happy to take us in for the night. I tried to get in at
Why are
Voltaire,
we
but
going
he
to
said
Jaal?
well, the other option's Voltaire, but my husband says things aren't exactly wonderful there.
What about Naga?
Why would we go to
Because
Naga?
that's the next place to find these or that.
Unless
or
somebody
both.
give us
However, we
Are you
currently
really
have a bunch
fast?
of people we don't want to be dragging into
Like,
dangerous situations.
Staring confused at you.
Do you want to bring your dad
So,
into more
Can we borrow
danger?
it?
Keep in mind that when you had the entire conversation about who you were and what your plans were, it was with King Urine. Queen Urine had already been captured. She doesn't know who you guys think you are or anything. Her only interaction with you was when you were disguised as Grimhaus, and you were almost in trouble, and then you were let go.
Okay, so can I
That
in a
is her
very,
interaction she's had with you guys up
in a
until
very
now.
pleading and convincing way tell her our story? Briefly, concisely, quickly.
She kind of tell her, she's like, I still think it would be best to discuss this not out here in the open.
If we go to Jal, will they have supplies? We can.
Yes, it's well fortified. It's the Elven city.
They're not like under siege or anything.
They want us to get.
I just
Can I make
talked to them. I
insight
don't
check?
think so. Yep, make an insight check.
At the very least, with who here do we have the partner of?
Minus
He found
2
his
is a
person.
14.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Is your brother technically your person?
Yeah. Or
Basically,
Have
we
we
need
been
to
abroad?
bring these people
We didn't
to
need
somewhere
to go
safe.
to Jaw because we got this gym.
If we go to Ja'al,
Swamp.
then we might be able to find safe passage or a safe location for them.
It's at least somewhere to get out of
What's her name again? Queen Yearn.
Can I accept on the behalf of the party?
Queen Yearn.
'Cause
Can we get transport to Naga from Ja'al after this?
We'd have to ask the people who are going to be doing the transporting, but I'm sure it wouldn't be an issue. But don't mind me saying this, you all kind of look like crap and could
I
probably
understand
use a
that.
rest.
After the
I
rest,
take offense
after
to
we
that,
rest,
but that is true.
after the rest, we need to get to Naga because that's the next step.
Actually, I've hardly.
To be honest, don't
been
care
touched.
where you guys go. I'm just trying to keep you safe for the moment and get us all out of here. I feel terrible that I had any part, and he kind of looks at the people that were in prison, in imprisoning any of these people. I'm sorry, Lord Crumbsuck, I was not in my right mind. Just consoles her like, oh, I understand, it's all good, not a problem. Well, who's taking us to Jal? At that moment, 3 elves just appear out of nowhere.
Calm
Good
down,
idea.
calm down.
Are any of them the lady that sent us away?
Oh, that sent us to
Make
the
a perception
sewer.
check.
oh no.
In hindsight,
Oh,
could she
we
just
get
have
19?
could she just have been smirking because she knew the portal happened to be
Oh,
in
wait,
the sewer?
9.
Could that be why she was smirking?
Could be. You
Thought it
don't
was a
know.
17.
You don't even know who that person was.
It may have been a 17.
Well, no, I just-
I mean,
It's been a
I
while.
thought I
I've
saw
thought about it.
Yep.
You're good.
The elven
So
woman may
there's
not have
2
been.
elven males and 1 elven female that are all appearing. And they go greet Queen Yearn. Your Highness, we've come to. There are a lot of you. You're
Where'd
right.
you come
And they kind of do a comment. We should still be able to do this, no problem. We're taking you all to Ja'al if you're ready.
I'm ready.
alright.
The other
Buddy
person was
system.
Like, your dad's like, what?
Just hold my hand.
I grab his hand.
You guys separate into essentially 3 sections, one with each of the elves, and they all,
It's okay, Dave.
and you
I've been through a
all
lot.
appear an instant later in a beautiful library, far away, seemingly from wherever you were before. Books go as high to the walls as you can imagine. There's a lot of elves walking through. They kind of turn, notice, give a weird look, but they just carry on with their business. We're now in the Library of Vor, located in Ja'al.
I can look for books.
They welcome. They say, well, we could get accommodations for you all for the night. In the morning, I think Queen Jade would like to meet with you guys. She's heard pieces from her, but yeah, things have gotten crazy out there.
It would seem we need to explain our situation to people who might be able to help us. I don't know what accent I'm doing anymore.
You're switching between Granny B and a bunch of other ones.
Yeah,
So
a
it's
little bit of
still-
Mario there.
Mario
me,
always
Granny B.
finds its way to my accents.
Time-wise, it's still, I mean, you guys got to Treenall and start doing that pretty much in the morning, so the battle really didn't take that long in getting through. It's probably afternoon by now, so it's not nighttime by any means. They take Krusty, Julius, and Inky to go give them medical treatment because they're not looking so great. The rest of you guys are, Krumsuck kind of just walks off like he owns the place, talking to everybody, like, oh, hey, how's it been? How have you been doing? And just talking to everybody, because he's one of the most well-known people in all of Arkeya. The rest of you are essentially standing there, and the elven people are like, well, we can show you to some accommodations in town if you would like.
We might need extended lodging for some of our members.
Well, I'm sure that can be discussed when you have your meeting with the Queen.
Oh, yes.
We were just told to show you lodging.
Lead the way.
We'll take it.
As you start walking through the library, the most curious thing you notice is an Arkeyan doll sitting at a table, looks to be reading a book.
Does it have the red or the purple?
It has the red. It's a doll, not an original.
Okay.
But it does have the red eyes, as if
That's an original Arkeyan.
Right.
one that had been awoken.
They can borrow like other.
They
right?
can.
They
The
can
first
borrow.
time you saw it was in Pilan when one seemingly woke up or whatever.
Mhm.
But he's sitting at a table reading a book, and that is the only one you've seen in the library so far. That's all you've seen. But
Can I go talk to him?
sure.
I mean, when a character appears, to talk to them.
Okay.
Okay.
So you walk over.
Hi.
Greetings and salutations. How are you? I'm Elfie.
Hi.
Hello.
What are you reading?
I'm reading The Tales of Ebenezer Took.
And I'm getting a drink. The things are. Oh wait, in here, right?
What? How come you're like a woken up doll?
What?
You're like self-aware.
Yes, aren't you? Are you not self-aware?
Some days.
One of the elves kind of notices and walks by. He awoke many years ago and was curious, so he just started reading and became a citizen here. And as he read books, he took the name Alfie because that was his favorite hero in the series. And he's just a normal person. You can talk to him like normal.
Okay.
It's not like those horrible ones that were attacking you.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to ask him. I don't really know what I'm talking about.
I don't know if any of us are over there.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Okay.
Check to make sure you're not one of the scary guys.
What scary guys?
Your friends that have been attacking us.
Oh, I'm sorry about them. I'm not like them. Do you like books?
Yes.
You're gonna awkwardly talk to him. He's gonna awkwardly talk back.
That's fine. I mean, yes, I do.
Can the rest of us be following the elves
Yeah.
out?
Sure.
Yeah, I figured.
I have nothing else to say. I'm just gonna leave.
Bye, friend.
Bye.
We found a full urge back and
Sorry.
starts reading through
I
the book.
figured if there was
When
a
you
character
catch back
sitting there,
up-
I should talk to him. He might have information for us.
We met a
He very
whole
well could, but
village
we weren't
of
there.
I
Of
figured we were
them.
right there.
It's not that surprising. We've seen many of them with those eyes before.
Figured he was a special one because he was mentioned multiple times as the only one in the library sitting
What
there
does the
reading.
town look like as we
I'm
leave
in
the
the
library?
library too. Hello. Darshak's right with you.
Yeah. The other Arkeyan.
Well,
Maybe
It's
he's a
okay.
maybe we should
traveler.
talk to him.
I'm
My
easily
narrator
forgettable.
was telling me that there was only one sitting there reading.
I'm easily forgettable.
Oh, no, you're not. Veronica just fails at life. Just fails at life. Can we just kill her off so I can get her out
Just get rid of her.
This has gone bad fast. Just kill her.
Just because you didn't make friends with everyone you meet doesn't mean you have to kill
It's
yourself.
because she's stupid and doesn't know what to ask.
You have high intelligence.
I'm
Just
not
play
gonna
your
shoot
character.
Just
Just
your
let your-
character's smart.
Yeah, just let your.
I know that's the
character-
problem, guys. I get it. It's the player. The player doesn't know what she's doing.
That's why I never play something with high intelligence.
Well,
It's easier to play.
I didn't mean to get high intelligence, but a wizard has to have high intelligence. Can I steal some books?
Do you want to try to steal some books?
Well,
High
I'm a
intelligence?
wizard. I'm a
Rogue,
hoarder.
barbarian, warlock, vengeance, hate. That's your
character.
that's your character.
I'm
Can
a
we steal
hoarder,
it?
guys. It's my
I know.
flaw.
I know.
That's hoarding.
Hoarding and stealing.
Doesn't mean you have to take other people's things. Can I
If you'd
ask?
like to try to steal a book, you can. I don't know why you'd want to, but you definitely
I
can
want a
if you'd
book that
like.
has spells in it.
It is a library. You can borrow them.
Can I borrow a book that has spells in it?
You turn and you are about 3 blocks away from the library at this point because
What?
you left.
I didn't know we
the-
lied.
Well, you said I left. and
Yes,
we're
I've been
leaving.
walking.
I thought we were still walking through
I
the
wanted to be
library.
talking to the elves.
I thought it was a massive library that we were walking through all the stacks and stacks and stacks.
Well, you
They walked through it while you were awkwardly talking to Alfie.
Fine. Veronica's just gonna follow silently
You're in
behind
Shaw. You
everybody.
can go back to the library.
No, she has no time. Must
No
move forward.
time. I gotta get out of here.
Forward movement.
There's
because
no way I could ever go back.
She pulls out the Arkeya helmet from her bag.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding, that was out of game. But really, I wish it wasn't.
So as you're led through the city,
I don't
I have one question.
yes.
There happened to be a temple of Dager in this city. Got
no,
a day.
there's not one. This is one of the male ones because I haven't done one of his voices yet. No, there's no temple of Dager here at all. Hey, you sound like me. I know. Oh wait, you're not here. You're getting infirmary help. That's why I can use this one. Sorry, I talk to myself sometimes.
You gave the information. Thank you.
Jay doesn't
I
have any
forgot
patience
Julius was
today
gone
for
now.
anybody.
He was talking to himself, and you were making awkward small talk.
Just saying.
It's not patience, it's common sense.
Are you in a rush to get somewhere?
Well, we're on our way to go get lodging.
We have
Right.
all just been beaten up, made it out of a destroyed city.
Is this where Tootie is?
I'm gonna
Who's
kill
this
this
guy?
thing.
He's a video game character.
A what?
I don't think I know
Yeah,
a video
he's-
game
I know.
either.
In the world that I come from, there is these things called video boxes or TVs that show pictures.
A video box.
So
We
you
never
just
called
you
that.
just stare at a picture.
I'm
Jesus.
I'm
I
explaining.
know what you're talking
You know
about.
what it
Goodness
is
gracious.
too?
No, she's gonna be sarcastic
I know.
too. Video box.
Oh yeah. No, it's a box that shows images, and you can plug something into it and
Think of it
control
like a
the little
moving
thing.
picture.
He is one of those.
By the way, Iris, you noticed that this blonde woman is terrified of you, staying far away and just giving you death glares.
Which blonde woman?
Because you look like a demon, and she's Angela,
Yep.
and she is just terrified of you in every way.
Angela,
And I smile.
hi.
Hi.
Dwight was here. He's waiting for you back in Scranton. I'm gonna help you get back there.
Why wouldn't he have come to get me?
He already did. He fought valiantly, but his person that he was like,
I believe he was challenging someone last we saw him.
yes,
I don't think Dwight would lose.
he didn't.
I think
lose.
he's still challenging them. We need to.
No, he left. Right? Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he was with me.
He
And
I-
you.
I know.
he
She
didn't.
doesn't.
He didn't
She
lose. He
doesn't.
fought valiantly.
Oh.
His essence, his soul left the person that was
Got
here, and he's back in Scranton.
Yeah, he did.
So he's probably trying to find a way to get back here to find you. Right
This
now.
sounds like witchcraft.
It is essentially.
My bad.
Why are you traveling with a demon?
It's not. It's not like.
She has horns
Yeah. She's.
and
She's
green
a-
skin.
It's a different. It's a different thing. Have you ever seen Battlestar
Like
Galactica with
Next Day?
Dwight and stuff?
At this point, you make friends with.
Did you ever watch
whoever can
Battlestar
help
Galactica
you.
with Dwight?
No.
Okay. The show that he watches, or StarCraft, the game he plays, there's demon type stuff in there. Essentially, that's what we're stuck in, is this. We're trying to help you get out. I'm sorry, I know it's confusing, but you'll get to Dwight soon enough.
Can we put the collar back on her?
Please. Did we have any spares for her? in the
We should write a
there?
book
We
with all this
essentially broke them,
information.
but he took them all off.
Just every time we meet someone new, give them
We
this
put
book
her
to
in the
read.
hole. Here's the instruction
Here's
guide.
the campaign
It's
so
like the
far.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Here's the pamphlet.
Yeah.
This is what you need to know.
I mean, I can charm her.
For what purpose?
Just
I mean, you
for
can.
fun. No, I'm not going to.
So you
Ron is out.
The city
I
is
have one ready.
made of beautiful white stone, almost temple-looking buildings. There's waterfalls everywhere that go up higher than you can see. You are on a very steep cliff. As you look over, you see a massive drop-off, but you are up on the cliff area in the town.
There's no railings.
You're not to
Can't
the
push her,
steep
you
part
can't
that needs
push her.
the railing, but there might be some.
Well,
Whoops, you
no
fell
fairness,
off.
most cities have had a wall, haven't they? Except the Pylon.
We have a giant cliff that people don't like to try to scale.
That's kind of like a reverse
We
wall.
do have a stairway that leads up there for normal travel, but it's easy to guard one stairway when you don't have to guard much of the entire cliff.
We destroyed the stairway. Not that one. Different.
I don't think so.
Long story. Why is everything such a long story with us?
So they finally get to this area that looks more like a temple than anything else, but they call it an inn. And I wrote down how many rooms are available because I was curious to see how you guys were going to do this.
No.
How much money do you still have?
20 gold.
Out of
Not
game?
bad.
No, in game. How much of my money do you still have?
Enough.
So there are 6
I'm
rooms
asking
available.
it because I now know what it was supposed to be used for.
True. But you haven't been completely
And it-
honest with us.
I'm pretty sure I've answered. What have you asked that I haven't been honest about?
I'm gonna go find out how much a room is.
This is out of game.
Yeah.
Really, really,
I'll go
really
with her.
Why did you take the money from?
Oh, we've been told to let you all stay the night
Oh.
for free.
Out of
Just
game.
one
There was
night?
the battle where we
That's all that was discussed so
About
far. I
our
wanted to
team,
know
That's
half
fine
our
for
team
now.
died.
what was
Both
passed.
you and I
Yeah,
ran
that's fine.
away.
We can figure the rest out
Yeah,
later.
then you went and
It's
worked
fine.
for someone, reported to someone. Someone,
But it was-
something. There's some reason Veronica is not trusting of you.
I thought you
You
said that was
know.
in the past.
You know.
Last campaign you said you
She
were over
holds
it.
grudges.
Last week
My
you
trust
said
is
you were over
not.
it.
I'm not mad. My trust.
How much is an ale?
Not trusting.
Dad, do you want a stiff drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I caught the cave virus.
Other those have the first shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Barkeep.
Okay. So you guys go. You guys can
Yeah.
get a drink.
Okay.
You and your
Out of
father.
game.
I share one.
In-game.
I
They're
share one
still
with them.
confused why this is happening and everything. Angela asks for some water and some holy water, which is just regular water she's handed, but she just sprinkles some on her and walks away. But, so, how would you guys like to split up these 6 rooms with the people you have?
You know, I'll give a bear.
I'll go
I
with
feel-
Iris and Penny. They're the only 2 I trust at this point.
Well, Nick's
Girls.
father's kind of like, I don't, I'm staying with him.
That's fair.
Me too. Us guys
Girls
gotta stick
and boys?
together.
It needs to be 2 or 3 to a room, basically.
That's fine.
Should I do
Looks
a
like Arthur and
deception?
Banjo go together because they've lived together for a little while now.
Oh, so sad.
So Arthur, Banjo, you and your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Us 3, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll allow
We'll
it.
take that room.
Okay.
Oh wait, do we need to ask about the flowers?
If there's
Oh,
flowers.
do you
in
need
the
some
room.
flowers?
No.
No.
No. Are
One
there
of,
any flowers in the room currently?
one of us has a
I'm
we'll call it an
I'm severely
allergic,
allergic to
reaction
Dad's
to.
like, no, you're not.
them. I am here.
Is
Weird
it,
thing.
is it
He's
the
allergic here.
is it the
That's
strangest
flowers.
thing? Not the strangest thing to happen.
Nope, but everything's just kind of piling on at this point, so whatever.
I have a ghost
Alright.
friend.
Lord Crumbsuck, do you want to come with us?
He's gone. He walked off and was just having
Yeah,
a
he
blast
was-
talking to everybody, so he is
Alright.
no longer
I don't know
there.
who's left.
So
Okay.
essentially,
Crusty,
that's
Inky,
So-
and...
Crusty!
No,
He goes
he left.
away.
Oh,
Let's fuck
They
the
went to
rest
the-
list
they
down
went
of
to
people
the
who are
farmer.
here.
they're getting treatment along with him.
Inky.
You and your
Better
baby.
together.
That's Inky.
Inky looks like he needs a lot of
Angela and
treatment.
Arthur together.
Oh, so we got plenty of
Yeah,
rooms.
you have some, so you can even do
Angela can go by herself.
4.
Angela would probably go by herself.
Yes.
There we go.
So, do you want to be with Penny or Iris? Probably Penny.
Either one. I don't know if I have
Okay, it doesn't really matter. We'll just go with this setup unless anybody's opposed to it, because I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
Okay,
1,
you
2,
put me in
3,
the
4,
room
5,
next to
6.
Who, you,
Yeah, you're right.
and
That's okay.
So we only have
Watch her through
3
the-
extra people.
Currently, because everybody else is. I mean, they're all in the city, but they're roaming about.
I'm more concerned with who we currently have.
Would
to
you
deal with.
guys like to do a rest now, as you are really beat up?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys all go into your rooms.
I am.
Most of you crash because you're exhausted.
I try to explain things to my dad as best I can.
Okay.
Just go into detail and say, hey, I did see Mom. You're not. You are currently, let him know he's not currently back. But my body's still back there, but my soul is here. So whatever is going on there is not, it's a weird like thing, but I'm still there, but you and your soul are here. And so me back there is consoling you. And I think it's just kind of like an automatic thing of just like soulless me.
There's other people, you know, that were with us being held.
What do you mean?
Well, there was me and Angela and Banjo and Arthur, but then there were other people too. There was a guy named Jonathan. There was the old Asian guy, Fa Zhao. There was a girl named Crystal, and a young guy named Wallace something.
Okay.
We were all being held together for a while, but
Do you know where those other ones went?
I don't even know when I was moved. I just know that we were all together for I don't even know how long. There was no passage of days because it was dark in there, but we were brought food, never really mistreated.
I want to cast Sending.
Okay, you're in a different room. We'll get to that in a moment.
Works for me.
Yeah, he's like, so, and then I just went to bed one night as normal. We had not great comfortable beds, but cots to sleep on, and when I woke up, I was in a whole different place, and then someone said, we're being attacked or something, and these dolls came and put these things on our necks, and I just went to sleep. But I've only been in that new place for like 2 days.
Did you ever hear mention of a place called Trinal? Or no? Did you ever hear a place called Trinal? Or
Just as you guys were all talking, I
Ooh,
could gather
someone
that's where
hosted
we
me.
were. But
what about
Meaning
what
that
about
they gave us
Ben
their viewers.
Voltaire? Did you ever hear the name Voltaire?
Yes.
I don't think so. We got little bits and pieces from Fa Zhao, from his daughter, saying we didn't know where to tell her where we were. We were just in a dark place somewhere, but we always let her know that we're okay, and she would say they were trying to find us and give us pieces of information, but nothing made any sense because all we had to go off was a dark prison cell and these robot men that would give us food. So we had hope that you guys, that everyone was in there, was missing someone, and seemed to have hope that you guys were alive. I kept waiting to hear something, but nothing ever came.
Wait, I have a room of my own.
Oh
He's-
crap. No, I'm just realizing stuff as we're saying stuff. Kenku was Kazooie.
And then Tootie, his little sister.
Oh. In my head, I'm thinking about all this stuff.
Oh my!
He's looking for Tootie, his little sister
Mhm.
that was taken.
I'm making
We murdered her.
all these connections.
Didn't you? Well, they don't know this, but
No,
when
I
you
know.
explored the room, there was a lot of kids stuffed
Yeah,
animals.
I
and
didn't
a
tell
porno in the
anybody that because
room.
it was horrible.
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't remember any of this.
the other
Because you
room
were
I
with
went
them.
in, and there was like nothing
Oh.
in that one. There was almost nothing in the room I went into.
Okay, so he's
So
talking.
you guys
to
are
me.
having that. What are you doing with your sending?
Well, actually, back when I heard that the Mulan was sending. I was like, that's not a bad idea. Just gonna
By the
try.
way, this is the thing I was waiting the entire campaign. Nobody ever tried sending a message to their person.
I didn't even think about it.
Exactly. And I kept like thinking
I
to
didn't
myself, I feel like people would think to do
I
that
thought
because
I
they're
tried
sending
that
messages to
Well,
everyone else.
at the
But it doesn't
same
matter.
at the same time, you have to.
I really thought
I think you have to know what they look like, and we all look different, except him.
True, you may not have known. Anyway, doesn't matter now. I just thought it was weird that it never came up before.
Basically, I'm just gonna ask, where are you? Are you okay? I'm fine.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
asking.
I send it.
Veronica
Oh,
here.
and I'm in jail.
Yeah, just a minute.
Okay. You we'll just pause. If you get a message back, it says, Day? Is that you?
Yeah.
Where are you, you idiot? Come get me out of this stupid cage. God, if I could only count the number of times where I get stuck in
You
this
get
area.
45 words.
Yeah, it cuts off after a while. But she's just basically yelling at you, and then it
I
cuts
think
off.
I yelled that out loud as well.
So you're in your room by yourself, but you only get 25 words. But she basically was going. So she's alive. You gathered.
I can do another sending.
So after
None
my
of us are there.
after my conversation with my dad, I will go find Veronica.
Okay. I'm assuming this is after you guys woke up. You all got your rest, or is this before?
Maybe
I'm
before.
thinking this is before.
Okay.
Before the rest.
You guys are talking before you
So you
wake
go
up.
knock on the door of Penny and Veronica.
Hey, Veronica.
Mhm.
I was talking to my dad. He mentioned the Wallace was.
The Wallace?
I meant to say that Wallace.
The wall.
The Wallace.
Wallace.
The Wall. The Walrus.
Coming to theaters near you. The Walrus.
The Wallace.
Okay. He's here somewhere?
All of them were originally together. All the people that were taken from us were originally together, and they were separated at one point. My dad said he doesn't know where they are, but he said that Fazu or Fazo, I can't remember what, the Scarlet. You remember Scarlet? She's another person. Her name's Mulan. Anyways, she was able to send a message. What are you looking for, Parker?
Yes, please.
Okay.
She was able to send a message to her father, who was with my dad and Wallace and all that. Have you tried sending a message at all to Wallace?
Mm-mm.
It might work.
Okay. DM, I'm sending a message.
Wait, mine goes first.
You already did.
I want to do another.
I'm sending a message to Wallace.
Okay.
Veronica here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna start with that.
I feel like you do start with that. You say that every time. That is how you have
That's your
to.
That's
catchphrase.
what she would do. That's what I would do. That's what she would do. Hey, Wallace. Yeah, you started with Veronica here. Where are you? Are you okay? I'm in jail, and I'm looking for you. Respond, please.
You can respond to this message.
Yeah, you can
I was
respond
doing
to this
syllables
message.
for a bit.
Yes, syllables
You
are
get 25 syllables.
The first thing you hear is, guys, I got a message too. This is so cool. It's Veronica. We're cool here. We're
Wait, we hear this?
No,
You
do.
Oh, okay.
You just heard him sending this message, but obviously talking to someone else as well. I'm in the weird jail. I don't know what a jaw is, but
Is it a jail?
it's cool that you're here.
Are you in a
Are
jail
you
too?
coming to get me? No? This is weird.
Should I send another message?
Sure.
Well.
What
I think
city are you in?
It's okay. Go back and forth. It's fine. I didn't know you were going to do another one right away, so
That's fine.
we'll go back.
That's
It's happening simultaneously.
What city are you in? So I can find you. I don't know what other like landmark type things. Who's with you? Let's try that. I don't know.
I assume I'm in a Roman dungeon, because armored people bring me food. There's a cool old Asian guy here. I think he's from Mulan. That's 25 words exactly.
Oh my god!
Wait,
This isn't helpful at all.
your character knows Mulan?
Yeah.
I don't know your character
She's
at
like,
all.
she would be like Nick, only she's a. Kristen Bell is the actress that plays her, but
That
the
sounds
show is
familiar.
in
She
modern
is,
time.
Elsa from Frozen. Or, Anna.
She's animated?
Nope.
Oh,
Hold
God.
on.
No,
You're confusing
Veronica
everyone.
What
Mars
do
is
you
a
want to
real
say as your
person.
second message?
Okay.
A real
Um,
character.
Dang it, what did I want to say?
Describe. Ask him to describe
I want
the sleep. How long has he been there?
to. No, I already said that. Basically,
How did he get there?
General, do you know where? Do you know where you are?
We can try to make an estimate. Right?
Any landmarks? Also, I have Lampet. Thanks for asking.
There are no landmarks. We're in a jail cell. But all of my Pokemon don't seem to work. I took out the balls and threw them, and they're all empty. That was probably around 25 words.
I think I'm out of spells. Actually, I know I'm not, but
I'm gonna sleep after this, so.
that's still my 6th level spell.
Unless anyone has anything else to do, you guys all go to sleep to get your rest.
I'll go down and have a couple more drinks
Oh.
with my dad, and then we'll get a rest.
Eris.
Oh, right. I was very confused what's happening. Got it.
Just want to talk about Final Fantasy 7 for a bit.
Okay, let's just.
Nope.
Okay.
I will try Drax.
I don't
There's
know
no
why.
point anymore.
How long has it been since I've had this popcorn? Because this is so good again.
I know.
Like,
I forgot about it.
So you guys all
I'll get it more often.
go to sleep, have your rest.
less often. But
And,
It's been
um,
a while.
Mhm.
You're not sure what time it is exactly in your rooms. You all do, by the way. The rooms are pretty nice. They're not super big. They do each have a window slit in them, probably about 2 feet wide or whatever, that you can see out into the side of the cliff. Basically, it just goes like straight down. But it has a nice view of out there. But you're all just
Do we get a long rest?
you get a long rest,
Okay.
and around the time you guys all start to wake up, you guys hear knocks on your door, and it is
Arcus?
2 of the elves that had teleported you guys here, saying that Queen Jade requests you all as her guests for dinner. Go to sleep in the afternoon. It's essentially
That's
evening, nighttime now. So
Do we need? Are we going to be provided more suitable garbs for the occasion?
What's wrong with my car? But I turned and looked at my mom. My-
we could
You're still wearing
outfit
that?
you with something cleaner if you'd like. It might be better.
I would like something in purple if you have it. A sequin's not necessarily, but if you have some embroidery, mainly like around
We
the.
got some white robes. How about white robes?
I don't
I'll
think
go
any
with
of
white
us
robes.
do white well.
Well, wear what you will, but I would recommend looking and smelling a little bit better, maybe.
Agreed.
Got a bath
all
I'll
right.
take it.
house?
Yeah, there's a bathhouse. Looks like there's 2 in this area that you guys could take turns using.
Want to take a bath?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
must be my birthday.
That gets a little R-rated over there. All right. So you guys all, whoever wants to, gets cleaned up, and you have just simple white robes essentially that you guys are given if you'd like to wear them.
Silky.
Sure.
Can I wear them over the top of my normal clothes that I'm wearing?
I think so.
I'm keeping my little compression shorts on. I think is what they are.
Yep.
that have the
Okay.
Madam what Madam
Madame
what
Boutiques.
Madam boutiques across my butt
All right.
cheeks.
Oh my gosh. You're not
Um,
wearing the robes at all?
No.
Oh gosh.
And
No, I put on my
fairness,
blue shirt that I got from the thrift shop that was in like the tattered thing. It's like a tattered blue shirt. That
In all
You're
fairness,
gonna go meet the queen
I-
like that?
I feel like you'd look stranger
What's wrong with
in the
that?
white
I don't know if
robes.
it's queen.
yeah.
This is how
I'll
we met
still
the
probably
last
talk to her
queen.
better than you will.
By the way,
Boom.
Banjo
Oh.
in
If it was
a
actual Veronica Mars, she would do
Banjo
that.
in a white robe is just disturbing looking.
Oh,
As
wait.
he's this bear.
Why are you coming with us?
I heard there was food.
Oh gosh.
Boy,
Well, let's go. And he just starts following the elves towards where you guys are
realization
being-
where we. Yes, no one. We killed
He has
them
no
all.
idea. Arthur's still very confused, and Angela's pretty confused too.
I
by
think
your
I'm the
guys'
only one that
Are
realized
they all
it, though.
going
Yeah.
with us?
You
I
probably
mean,
the
I
only one
wouldn't
that
have any
realize
idea.
it. Yeah, I don't think you
Yeah.
would
I wouldn't
necessarily.
know.
You don't know who Tootie is or
No.
anything.
Yeah.
So
Two different.
Yeah, none of us have any sort of any.
I was just
you're probably
figuring-
putting things
I
together.
was just
and-
like, oh god. And
Um,
I'm trying to think of who the monk is.
no idea.
So,
The only thing that the Kraken and Scarlet ever said to you was that the monk never spoke a word the entire time they knew him.
Do we know the Kraken's person?
He is.
he's Alexander. No, he's Daniel.
He's King David,
Oh, that's right.
That's
but
Yeah,
pretty
but-
king.
that's what I
Yeah.
meant.
So you guys are all leaded. You
Leaded.
are led.
Oh,
We are
no,
leaded.
We do know. He told us who it was. I can't remember. It was
Who is?
who the person that
David.
David's trying to get.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Saul's
Oh,
son.
that's right.
So you guys are led back through the town. It's beautiful at night. You know, torch lights, fires, everything. It's just so beautiful.
This is my kind of town.
Very clear night. Stars are out. Big full moon.
Better than the last.
You guys are brought
Two
way
towns.
up to the top of this steep cliff face to this enormous palace. You're brought in. There are lots of elf servants all over the place. Most of, like 90% of the people you're seeing here are elves. There are a few scattered other races, some humans, half elves, things like that. But the vast majority is elves here, which you haven't seen in most of the other places. You haven't seen very many elves actually. You're eventually led into this big banquet hall with this super long table set up, and then another almost like a wedding situation where there's another little table up on a platform almost, where there's a standing blonde woman with a crown on her head, wearing white and gold robes. To her right is Lord Crumsuck, and to her left are other elves. You don't know who they are, and the people kind of usher you in and say, "Wait till she sits down." She kind of welcomes us. "Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ja'al. I am Queen Jade. I've heard a little about you, but I'm anxious to hear a lot more. But first, let's all eat." And she goes to sit down over, and Queen Yern's up there with her too. They all sit down, and there's every type of delicious medievalish food you can imagine out, and you are allowed to eat your fill of it.
I don't see any rice.
Sure, there's some rice too. Why not?
Fantastic.
There's rice in the Middle Ages.
Sorry.
Rice is always around.
Is it?
Yes,
I don't.
there is here.
Okay.
There's lots of rice.
It's D&D. Of course, there's rice.
Extra rice.
Yeah.
Extra.
I just start eating a ball for.
So you guys all have a wonderful meal, and then as they're clearing everything away, Queen Jade kind of stands and says, "So, I hear most of you are not from around here exactly. Is that true?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is true. We are the Portal people.
Have you heard of the Arkeyan legend?
Her demeanor changes, and she gets a very knowing look in her face. She's, "We recently found out a little too much about the Arkeyan legend, yes. We're aware of what's going on in the world, and it seems to align with what I know of you people. So,
Well, the seven.
right."
Hello.
And she like starts counting. not exactly 7 of you here.
There's 2 others that are
Well,
allied with us.
so when we awoke in this world, it was us 5. I point.
Well, see how many people are here.
What was Dwight? Was he a paladin
Yeah.
or
Yes.
a paladin named? Was he still named Dwight?
Yep.
I
So-
can never remember. Last we saw, he was in not
The
Musgrave.
underworld.
Harkon.
He was sailing back to the mainland, I believe.
No, he was in the temple, carrying on his.
He and Penny were the last ones to see
Oh,
Dwight.
okay. Well, we sent a message to him and he said, piss off.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
But I believe
They were the last ones to see him in the
Yeah.
flesh, though, yeah.
I believe he's returned to his old life of serving his god. And then who was the 7th? Do we even know? There
I don't
wasn't.
think we ever had 7.
We didn't have. We had
You
Julius,
didn't
but
have her to begin with.
oh,
You
You
found
had-
me in a cage.
5 to begin with.
so we only knew 5 of them.
Kraken and Scarlet.
Yeah, you-
Veronica, Day, Nick, and Banjo, doesn't matter. A familiar spell, but what are your surface level thoughts during this conversation? They're doing detect thoughts on you 3 and Banjo.
Can I trust this person?
Yeah,
They're
probably
not
like.
probing deeper yet, they're just getting your sense for what you guys are thinking about, what weighs heavily on your mind right now in this moment.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to figure out who they are, like, who are these people that, like, and I was adjusting from her look of, like, we know them too well, so my initial thought was, like, well, what does that mean, you too well, like,
I guess my surface thoughts, because I just did that, were who are the 7? And I'm just like thinking, like, is it us? Basically, uncertainty of that we are the portal people. Well, we are the portal people. Do that.
yeah.
They're not probing deeper, they're just reading your minds. Or surface level
Just
thoughts.
casually reading.
Just what
And we
you
can't
do.
respond back to that, right, like, stop it.
Do we? Can,
I don't even know if you are aware that it happens. I don't think you're.
Oh,
you're
you're not
actually
aware
not aware
until
that
the
it's
next-
happening.
Not unless they.
Until you go deeper.
Unless they probe. So
Yeah.
I know that you know that as a player, but not as a character.
Okay.
So they're just reading.
Honesty is my biggest thing for me as a character. So that's kind of like that's all I'm searching for is that I myself know I'm being honest, but I'm also looking for honesty.
Well, let me tell you what we know of the legend. Several months ago, we knew nothing of the Arkeyan legend and didn't really care to.
bracelet.
It's at dawn.
Way too
Is
long
this
rest.
still the
It's
same-
same day?
It's still
Yeah.
the same day.
Never mind.
So you still have the same one.
Okay. Good to know.
We knew nothing of it. Our king, my husband, King Stelios, this is the second time you've heard this name now.
Don't remember the first time.
The one of the people in the swamp mentioned it.
Stelios.
That's when you did that, yeah. Anyway. He started giving strange orders. Orders to stop all trade with other cities. Orders to seal up our city for the most part and stop sharing knowledge from our library, all sorts of things, and how elves were superior race and the rest were to be looked down on. And the more, I hate to say it, but myself and others were around him, the more we all started feeling this as well. So, Jaal cut itself off for a short time from the rest of the world.
How long was a short time, if you don't mind me asking? Because as I know, time works differently for you.
It only lasted for roughly a month before I took a diplomatic mission to Voltaire because Queen Yurn requested she meet with me as they were valuable trade partners and we were no longer trading with them. So I and two of my trusted advisors traveled to Voltaire, and the more time I was gone and out of his presence, I felt like myself again. And I didn't really understand why we were doing any of the things we were doing. And I thought it was strange. So, a lot of us elves have innate magic abilities, so when I got back, I got with some trusted advisors that were far from the palace, as well as Alfie, an Arkeyan that lives among us. And over time, we stumbled upon the Arkeyan legend, and I don't need to tell you much about it, you know the Arkeyan legend, but we finally started putting two and whatever many numbers together, and we felt that my husband had been affected by one of these relics, and so I confronted him about it. And of course, that was ridiculous. Why would that happen? And I was speaking craziness, and again, the more I was around him, I started to agree with him, and so I kept having to distance myself from him. But finally, in our research, we came across the method of, if it was this, possibly extracting the relic from him. So, somewhat of a scuffle ensued where we used a lot of magic and restrained him, basically put him into a sleep, and were able to extract a relic from him. The process nearly killed him, and he's been in a coma ever since. He's alive, but in a coma. The relic that was extracted was an onyx bow. I didn't want anything to do with it, so I called up my friend Queen Yurn, who was good with the bow, and told her to take it far from the city. She's had it ever since. Kind of turn over and look, and she has that bow on her back, the black onyx bow. And I kind of hoped that was the end of it because I hadn't heard anything else about other relics, but now after hearing all of you guys, your stories from various accounts, I'm beginning to think this is more serious. So.
Well, if you don't mind me interjecting, and I'll pull out the hammers.
I believe we know where
Set them down on the table.
5 of them are now.
5 relics.
Here's one.
The hammers,
Staff.
the sword,
Staff currently, yeah.
the wand,
Wand.
the bow, and then have you heard of someone called the Kraken?
Kind of chuckles. I have not had the pleasure of meeting this individual, but I've heard accounts based on, just as I've heard accounts of you guys.
He seems to be privy to one of the other relics.
Gauntlets of the swords.
And can he be trusted?
Yes.
So far, so good.
He did save all of our lives on multiple occasions.
I see. Well, from what I understand of this legend, these relics have to be wielded by people not of this world. So, with your permission, Queen Yuri, I think we should hand over the bow to someone. And she just kind of looks at all of you with not anger or disdain, but just trying to read each one of you, almost doing an insight check on each one of you to try to decide
I would say
if she believes
a
whole lot of this.
You'll be in even more danger if you hold on to it. While I do know you are very handy with the bow, if the legend is true, there's no reason for you to be needlessly harmed.
I have no intention of holding on to this bow. I just want to make sure it goes into the hands of someone that is not going to misuse it. I unfortunately was forced against my will to misuse it, and again, I apologize to any harm I've caused the people. I will gladly turn myself over to King Yern and the people of Voltaire, and they can see to do with me as they see fit. This bow is powerful. Power shouldn't be taken lightly. She just kind of looks across to you, it's like, looks, because she doesn't know who's all in this group. It's like, don't know that he should have it, and Banjo's just sitting there shoveling food in his mouth.
I think our friend here, Penny, would benefit from this greatly.
Well,
Technically from this floor.
Yeah, that's my plan.
well, then I guess it goes to you.
I mean, I have the staff and I'm from this one.
I guess it will.
Just kind of just holds it out. Drops it. So, you have to attune to it to know what it does. But currently you have in your possession the Onyx Bow of Pride. Gonna have to have scissors again, because I never bring scissors to cut these relics off. No matter how many times I don't bring them, I never bring them next time.
I'm gonna spell this like the Pokemon Onyx, because that's
Pokemon?
exactly what my character would think.
So, well, I'll wait till we get back down. Better pee again.
By the way, I don't remember a
Intermission.
conversation at all about the weapons anymore.
What do you mean?
You know how you were texting me about them? We have a short intermission.
Yes.
I guess we could explain some things. The basis of this campaign is that all the members here came from other real world situations. Like more or less, my character is James from Pokemon. Nick here is Nick. He's literally himself transported to the D&D world. We have Dwight from The Office. I don't remember who you are. She doesn't remember who she is either.
I was from The Hobbit,
She was from The Hobbit. She was a Hobbit.
but just a
People watching
random.
you?
3 people right now.
Cool.
Then we had Veronica Mars from
Veronica.
From Veronica Mars.
From Veronica Mars. And there's a host of other people, including Mulan, Daniel from the Bible, and others I can't fully remember. Mulan's father, Banjo, and we may have murdered Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie.
Was that a game?
Yeah, but
Okay.
We took an
we took an
intermission.
intermission, so I'm just kind of explaining.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I mean, there is the Arkeyan legend I could explain, but I almost feel like that would be, they can figure it out.
You'll have to attune to this before you know its powers.
Okay.
Where did he go? Did he die?
By the way,
There's also a dang something.
in our conversation, did we decide on the bow?
I got scissors.
I don't
I
remember.
don't know what else.
There's no decision.
Okay, I don't.
I was just asking your opinion on
Got it.
Like, I need to go to the
Whatever
store.
happens in game happens in game.
Because I'm happy with this.
Whatever ends up with
So,
whatever ends up with
People
whatever.
actually watch.
Do I not, like, am I not allowed to get one, or?
Except they were entertaining.
She has one.
I hardly ever sustain 3 when I'm doing my normal, so I think this is pretty good.
It's Veronica. It's all Veronica. I'm so entertaining.
Wait and see.
Probably waiting for what she's gonna do stupid next.
All right. So,
Is this actually one of my smarter characters?
I didn't really think Dave was that smart. Sorry. Okay.
He's
tell
not,
me you
but
want to enter Naga.
comparatively.
Why would you want to go to Naga to?
We have reason to believe another relic may be held up in the mountains.
Are you familiar with Olin, the Dragonborn?
Oh yes, we know Olin. He's in and out whenever he feels like it. That man just poofs in and out of places.
He is the one that informed us that there was an individual there
However,
in Naga.
we also have reason to believe there's someone who may be impersonating Olin going around.
Yeah.
Impersonating. Have you seen someone impersonating it?
Well, we've received 2 different letters and
We've
sent messages.
Sent messages to Olin,
Doesn't
but
seem like
it seems either they were intercepted or somehow.
Are we sure that Naga is where it is? Because we knew that
We
did
just know
something
the
from
mountains. We know there
But
is.
Ja'al's like basically in the mountains, and we
What
just got her
picture
like
map that you got from Olin?
that one.
No.
Oh.
It says danger in the mountains.
The one that you're basing all of this off of.
Oh yeah,
It says
You
one of
are-
the elves hiding.
here.
Over here.
What are the elves hiding? Yeah, that was.
Danger's up here in the middle of the mountain.
okay.
Naga's
The
over
elves
here and
are-
Titanus is over here.
Oh, Titanus
Well-
is that on there? Because we didn't go there either.
That's the other mountain city.
Oh, okay.
I
So either
don't
of those
think I
mountains.
know anything about that.
Why did we think Naga again? Like not.
That's
Because
where
there's a
Olin
dragon.
goes.
Oh, those were all
It's a
those-
dragonborn.
There's a
that is
dragon born.
affected by whatever thing this is.
Hmm.
And Olin warned us that the individual, we would need to be more powerful before we took on this individual.
That's right. It's the Dragonborns and the Goliaths that have those fighting tournaments. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think the 6th relic is somewhere
Yeah.
near
Hopefully.
Naga?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can arrange transport for you, and I wouldn't recommend going into those mountains at night. I would recommend waiting till morning. You're welcome to stay the night here.
Do you have any?
Are
Do you
you taking all of these people? And she
No.
keeps looking over at Banjo, who just doesn't look
No.
like he's.
It's us 5.
We rescued him from the prison, but none of us know who he is.
Can the rest stay here? Can you keep them safe?
We can provide accommodations for them, yet I mean, I guess you don't know how long it'll be, but we can find places for them if they're comfortable with that.
I mean, if we
We have
take them, we're
some-
gonna have to protect them, and or they're gonna have to know how to fight. None of them have any
Focus on this
special
mission
abilities.
So we can
Yeah.
get home.
And
And
Dad's
also,
like,
so
what are you talking about? I just found you. I'm not going to lose you again. I'm going wherever you
Dad,
go.
no, you will stay here.
We'll talk about this in our room.
No, we won't. We'll talk about it right now.
It's actually a real conversation we do. Just
So, we're staying here because I have to do this. We have to do this in order to be able to get home so you can get home to Mom.
But I can help you.
You can't.
You don't know that.
I bite my lip a little bit and go into a rage and just like throw the hammers at both up and then catch them both. You can't do what I can do.
I don't think I want to.
Ugh, so I let it subside a little bit. And
I mean, can you fight? With special abilities?
I mean, not your fancy doodad magic, but I can punch somebody.
Yeah, nope, he's out.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Arthur, by the way, just keeps like, he's just so confused. He keeps like looking over at you, and then whenever you like catch his eyes, he just kind of looks down at the table.
Dad,
Is there a spot to sit
Sorry,
next to
I'll
him?
like put whatever you
Yeah,
Or
you know,
sit
he will.
next to him?
Okay. He's kind of looks at, I don't understand what's happening, Penny. Why can't we just go home?
They're trying to get you home. I'm trying to help.
I don't understand why you say you're not my sister, but you look just like her.
I'm not? But your sister should be home. So, once we get you there, she'll be there and things will be normal again.
I still don't know if this is some weird game you're playing or what, but
Do I still have the coin that she had, or did that go back?
no, you still have it.
I'll
Do you
take
get
that out and just be like, I do
I'm
have
good.
this. I kind of remember what it is, but you can have it back.
Well, those spells gray restoration?
Only makes it more confusing why you would have this and not for a sister.
or 6th.
I have some of
It's
the
four.
memories, not her.
Well, lesser is 2.
It's gonna take me some time to process all this.
Yeah.
Can I not learn
Do you want a
Greater
knife? You might
Restoration?
need one.
Oh, it's fifth
No.
level.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just no.
I feel like I should have that written down.
You really.
What do you? Oh, I thought you were wanting.
No,
No.
she was just talking to.
I was giving him a knife because. I
So
don't
the
know.
queen's like, well, if there's nothing further you need, I get as much extra rest as you can. I know you just rested some, but the mountains are not a fun place, even for people who can fight the way you am. They're rough.
Are
Does your
okay.
do you have any spare like healing potions that we could buy from you or take with us? We don't have much in the way of healing within this group.
I'm sure that can be arranged. We'll put something together until morning. In morning.
My friend Veronica she's been really frustrated with, since she's gotten here, with what she's able to do. We walked through a vast library when we first arrived. I didn't know if you had any arcane experts that would be able to help guide her, to help her feel more accustomed to.
I've gotten a little bit better. You want to see me disintegrate something? I don't know where my accent came from.
He is our,
Petition.
this is our
Somebody else
resident
can always
magic
step back a little
expert.
bit like,
I think she's possessed.
is she serious?
I wouldn't put it past
Won't
her.
disintegrate
She's like,
anything.
Please don't do that in here. But
Aw.
you have
You are.
access to the library for the
He's our
entire
resident
duration
magic
you're here.
expert.
You're welcome to go
How
read and
long?
study
Yeah,
whatever
that's
you
fine.
You
like.
bring her
How
there.
long do we want to stay?
Till morning?
Well, that's not going to give her much time.
I can speed read, right?
We can spend a couple days here to recuperate and try to.
That's only going to give the other people more time to get ahead of us.
What other people?
The people,
Scarlet and the
the
Kraken.
bad
Aren't they on
ones.
our team?
Yeah, but they're
Salazar,
still
Slazar.
looking for
Salazar.
Salamander.
Captain
Yeah.
Salazar.
I mean,
Are you in a hurry? I need to find Walls. P.S.
we have the same
I
goal,
talked to him in my mind.
but
Okay, cool.
there's
Good check. Walls is in a prison somewhere.
I know.
So you
And
find him.
Would you
Yes.
rather feel more capable of getting him out, or do you feel capable enough right now?
I mean, unless you can give me additional spell slots or higher spell levels.
I don't have that ability. I don't know what you're talking about. But
I don't
what
think
I'm
a book
saying
can
is,
do that.
what
I
I'm
don't do
saying
magic
is that
do
you
that.
might have,
it would
there might be things that you would be able to get access to learn that might help you better to achieve what you want. So that's the only reason I was asking. But you do what you want. So we're leaving in the morning.
I'm gonna be.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
So
head off
guys,
with my
we're
dad.
going back to retire back to your various rooms for the evening.
I will attempt to contact Drax again.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Nope.
sit with my bow.
Here's what we go.
I'm gonna sit with my bow.
Okay. I don't think you were adding your extra weapon damage and stuff that you get for your weapon. I was
Oh.
reading over again, and with the damage you were doing last time, you add additional stuff
Ah.
because of that weapon, so keep that in mind when you're attacking.
I think it doesn't. I don't think Ash do that, but I think it. Oh.
Plus 2 intelligence.
Just for.
And +2 to attack.
Yeah, bonus to attack.
And
And
damage.
And damage.
So
Oh, I
it's an
think I
additional
missed that
plus
part.
2 to hit with it, and additional plus 2 damage
Yeah.
if you hit with it.
Cool.
So just keep that in mind. You're doing more damage with it.
Out of game, Nick, I don't know what to do with her. And I think I'm more frustrated with her personality. I've
No,
let her
no,
just
that's
go
fine.
too far.
I'm just saying, whenever you play a wizard character, you typically want to be on the lookout. Like,
But
whenever
what
this.
can I do for you? So I have just this list of spells that I can't
Well,
access?
in the big campaign, she got her magic missile powered up.
Well, that was something else I created for her.
It's-
Well, I know, but I'm just
More like
saying.
you get more known spells to choose from.
Yeah. So, for instance, Liz found polymorph. She was able to cast polymorph then if she decided to select it. She found chain lightning. She didn't have access to chain lightning. So although she could have chosen that, whenever she found the spell, then she could choose 2 others when she got that level to be able to cast them. So a wizard, the cool thing with a wizard is their spellbook can be, you can literally have every spell if you want to.
How's it any different from a cleric?
A cleric only has the cleric spells. A wizard can
Oh.
have every spell.
Okay.
It's a matter of being on the lookout, trying to learn them and stuff, and like trying to get as much knowledge as possible. Which in my opinion would be more Veronica. Like how can I be better? How can I
Since
know all
you're
this stuff?
rested currently, like, yes, you said get more rest, and you're not going to want to stay up all night because you'll be tired in the morning. But if you wanted to spend some time at the library, I don't think the rest of the party has any real need or interest
No.
to go to the library. But if you wanted to go off to the library, you
I
can
can
do
go
that for
check.
part of it while they're all doing whatever they're doing, resting, relaxing,
Okay.
etc.
I'll do that.
And before I go to bed, I'll say, hey, you could probably ask that Arkeyan to help you maybe, since he's read every book. He might know where to find something that you don't have.
Okay.
Does
So-
this replace this?
They're 2 different attacks.
Okay.
So the bottom one that's
It
bigger
would
is
just
that's just when it first
Got it.
hits, and then it.
okay.
But the top one's just if you shoot it normal,
Okay.
what it does. So, does that make sense?
Yep.
And if I delete off.
What?
I'll use kind of like plain black.
Yeah.
regular
Do you like black coffee?
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll sleep. I want a different flavors or something. Yes.
No, just regular
So, like, I just can't drink it right now, so I'm going blind.
So, we'll say, how much time are you wanting to spend in the library?
Somehow I
Have help
didn't
with you and
remember
everything.
this
How long
bow.
does it take until I get tired?
So
I thought that was
roll
just
an
the power of the
intelligence
queen
check
had?
with advantage. 'Cause you
I can
have
make
a
those
help
elementals
you.
now.
Oh god. You of all people.
Advantage.
Oh. That's this though.
Intelligence, yeah.
21.
Okay, good.
We didn't level up or
So
anything.
we'll say you can add to your list. Because you have access to so much here. So you can add a 5th level spell to your book, 2 4th levels, and 2 3rd level spells to your book.
The 5th, 2 4th, and 2 3rds.
This is spell stuff if you want to look at it.
So
Essentially
when you
spelling
say
those
Of
things.
any.
From the wizard spell.
From the
Oh.
wizard.
so when you say imbue it with an elemental spell, I use a spell slot.
No,
Okay,
you don't have to.
got it.
That's just what you're doing.
By the way, I will always choose fire elemental, just so you know.
So you know how
That's
useful it
fine,
is to
but
ask.
depending on what you're fighting, I mean, it always be the best choice.
That's what she was
I
trying
don't
to do.
think they
She
care.
was trying to.
It's just how you want to do it.
That could be
Right.
good.
Just figured that might speed things up.
You can fly above the battlefield and cast spells.
Are we, like, all doing our own thing right now?
Is it known?
Yeah, essentially you have a little bit of time
Nominations?
before
No, it's
you guys
something
essentially
you
would
have to
want to
choose.
rest again
I
before.
want to get materials for my gun, and I really want to see if I could start working on a new one somewhere.
Okay.
Probably don't have time, but I'm just kind
You
of
won't be able to make a new gun, but you can definitely
What are you
get
doing
materials
at the
that you
moment?
need. How much
Like-
money do you have
I'm
on
gonna
you?
drink with my dad.
536
Here, throw this.
gold pieces.
I have something I want to
Make a
do.
tinkering check.
If I'm not back within an
Okay.
hour, check the
Red or white?
Which way are you headed?
north
What?
Red or
or
white?
south.
Add
Well, just tell me
dex
which
and
direction you're
proficiency.
going that's got some space. That way I know if I need to come from.
White.
Very specific.
If it, do you have a horse thing on there? Or a horseshoe?
No, I have
Yes.
Okay. You have another
Scroll up.
100 ammunition.
top hat and a bell.
And you now have a working plan for a new gun, but you don't have time to make it. But essentially you've drawn and sketched out one of the bigger, like, sniper type rifle things, but you don't have time in this time to make a
Do I
gun.
need to? Do I need to have like a workshop to work on it, or can I work on it whenever you have downtime?
To actually make the gun, you're gonna need a workshop.
Okay.
But you've drawn up a plan for what you think will work pretty well.
Cool.
Are you just hanging out with your dad for a while?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing, Dave?
If Penny's brother wants to come with us, Arthur,
Okay.
I'll offer. Hey, if you
He'll
want
come with you at Banjo too, because he's lonely.
Yeah.
I notified him that of what direction I'm going. I'm leaving town, whichever ways. I'm going to pull off the rest of my charms.
Are you
He's getting away from the city, and he said it was
essentially
because
it's a giant cliff going down with a staircase. You're going down the stairs, down off the cliff.
Is there no like back entrance?
I mean, it goes. You don't know the way to get up there.
Then
There's
yeah.
essentially these
just
big
kind of an
waterfalls
hour
coming
away from
down.
town, essentially, is
So-
what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, which ones do you even have?
I have a scroll, a top hat, and a bell. This is gonna be good.
Okay,
I'm gonna start with the scroll.
the scroll. Well, let's start with top hat because I can't find scroll right now.
Okay.
The user's clothes change to very elegant and fancy clothes. It's up to you what they become, but you are wearing very elaborate fancy clothes.
Should have used this before
Oh
dinner.
my goodness. Perfect.
The scroll.
We're talking elegant royal purple with
Scroll's
like
not,
white like fur around all the trimmings.
Scroll's not great right now, but you regain one expended spell slot of 4th or lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's descending again.
Yeah, but you're essentially well rested, so you
Yeah.
have everything. But what was the other one? Bell.
Uh-huh.
A gong starts tolling, seemingly out of nowhere. All monsters within 3 miles of the bell can hear and are attracted to the sound.
As we're
So-
guests in this place.
What did he just do? Call all the animals?
Within 3 miles.
Anything within 3
place.
miles.
No,
is
I'm a
attracted
mile
to
away
that
from the
spot.
town.
Now, in your general vicinity, you don't see anything. So, if you want to leave, you can, or do you want to stay where you are?
Oh, I'm running back to the town.
Okay.
Halfway because I really want them all to see my new.
Does he know that that's what it's doing, though?
I know
You
that.
just hear a very loud gong
That's
going
all he
on.
is?
I know I'm in the middle of unknown territory, and I just.
And you just essentially set up a
You
giant
take 3.
gong sound, and you hear it very loud around you. You don't know how far people may have heard that, but it seemed very, very loud to you.
That'd be a 2.
I will. Do I hear it too? In the tavern?
3 miles, so yeah.
Yeah. Everyone in Jahal just hears this big gong sound. You have no idea what it is. You've never been to Jahal. You don't know if that's a normal thing or not, but a giant gong ringing.
You
just
guys
came.
might
Does
have an idea.
Banjo go running?
What?
Aren't all the animals attracted to this thing?
All the monsters.
Oh, monsters! What you said animals. Monsters is way worse.
Luckily, the rolls were low enough that you can get safely back to the town before any of them converge on where the sound was. But yeah, anything within 3 miles of you would have been attracted to that.
When I'm done, as I did, just craziness.
There's a little bit of panic in the town as you get back. Everyone's kind of running around like, "What was that? I don't know." And the people are on alert with their arrows and stuff,
Can I
knocked,
just try
trying to
to
figure out what was going on.
stealth?
Sure, in your fancy robes, go for it.
Well, I have.
There's a lot of elves around, so they can see you.
I've got. Well, I'm not.
Could we go for
I'm not
2?
trying to not be seen. Just.
I mean, they don't have any reason to believe that it was you that did it.
Okay. Well, I got 20.
They heard a crazy gong and they're very confused.
Yeah.
You're a weird person in their town, but that's unrelated. They notice that you have weird clothes on now and it's like, whatever.
I feel like me again.
Okay. Alright, is there anything you would like to do during all this time? I think everyone else has said what they want to do. What do you want to do, Iris? Torture Angela?
Yeah, no, bother Angela. No, I think Iris is she's just along for the ride, so
Ooh.
she's just gonna.
I think I'm going.
She might have gone and wandered in the library with Veronica just out of curiosity,
Okay.
but yeah,
I
she's
think
just
I may
kinda
want to get this
taking it all
shaved.
in.
I forgot you had that.
Yeah, I still have a beard.
You do.
It doesn't. Well, it kind of goes with my new.
You kind of look like a fancy wizard right now, although you're not a
You
wizard.
look like
but
Dumbledore.
you kind of look like a Dumbledore,
I think I like that.
which you don't see because you have your own room. No one sees you in these fancy robes or anything, but I'm assuming you all eventually can
Oh,
go back to your.
I'm going to be just parading around town after I get back.
Okay, so you parade around for a little while.
just that's just what I do for the rest of the night, basically.
Parade around.
Are you not gonna sleep at all?
No, no.
Well, I'm just asking, 'cause-
No, I am.
Okay.
Just think of Eden Island.
Oh wow.
Isn't that where we
Breathe.
stripped almost naked and tried to get a bunch of people for a party boat?
Mhm.
Only this time I'm doing it clothed.
Alright, so you all eventually make it back to your rooms,
Hmm.
and you lay back down to sleep for the evening.
It's not the bad
Um,
guy.
Nick,
Have to make it
Yeah.
make a perception check with disadvantage because you're asleep.
at least for a round.
I can't do anything right
18. Natural 20. And a 16 plus 2.
Okay. You just roll a d20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this perception check or no?
Just roll a d20.
11.
Okay. You roll. Wait, are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
So we have 2 and take the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is a natural.
No, that's 7, I
Oh,
think.
it's a
7
7.
and 12.
No. 7.
Disadvantage.
All of us? No, not me. All of us.
Well, this is that.
Natural 1.
Okay, and then you, yeah.
Oh.
Natural 20 and a 6.
What's your perception?
4, I think. Let me see. 5, so 11.
Okay. So you, what would you get? 18 plus.
That was, no, it was
That's
natural
just
20
18.
plus 16 plus 2 was 18.
Okay. As you're sleeping, you are just woken by the. You don't know what. You're just woken up, and standing in your room is a familiar golden short dragonborn. Hello, it is I, Olin the Dragonborn. Your father's sleeping. There's no need to wake him up. Jeez, you're so excitable. Well, how have you been?
I look on the window. It's the middle of the night.
Well, not in the Feywild. I mean, at times, I just got in. I had no way of knowing it would be nighttime here. Terribly sorry.
Did you see that I was sleeping?
Oh, yes, I did. What? I see you've recovered your father there.
Yes.
That's very good. That's why you came here.
Yeah.
That's good. So, are you ready to go back home?
What do you mean?
I mean, back through where you came from. You said you came here for your father, and now you've got him, so would you like to go back home? I travel from place to place. I believe I have a way of taking you back home, you and your father.
I take the hammer and I throw it at him.
Okay, make an attack.
Recklessly.
I would do it too.
2 natural 19s, so that will be 30 to hit.
Oh, 30 will hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Okay.
Salazar Slytherin.
Calling him that.
I mean, that sounds very suspicious.
I'm not raging, so.
By the way, when I get to other people, you have no idea what all
Yes,
these
we
things
don't
I'm
know.
doing are happening simultaneously.
Okay. Mhm.
So you don't react to what the other people have done.
Okay. And
So I'm just gonna.
I'm assuming, well, we still have the full rest.
25 points of damage.
25 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So you throw it, and it impacts this person, and the person kind of and dissipates into nothing. And you have it back. Meanwhile, your dad wakes up and is like, what's going on?
Go back to sleep, Dad.
Why just sleep? You got your hammer up in the air, you've been throwing things around. I was trying to sleep.
I know, I'm sorry. We had company. He's gone. I'm gonna get back up and I start looking around.
Okay, take a break for that. Well,
Yeah.
while that's going on,
I got the lowest.
hold on, I'm just going to different people, different things.
Okay.
Veronica,
Go on.
I didn't even roll perception, so.
Oh.
You notice, because you go, oh no, you only rolled a 6. You hear a knock on your door.
Is there any way to like see
And
out?
then
without
eventually
opening
you
the door?
wake up, and one thing you notice is Penny is just walking around in circles
course
in
I
the
am.
room. Walking in circles.
We know
But you also hear a knock on your door.
Oh, I
It's
do
a,
know
it's a
that.
solid door.
Did we ever
but
figure out where she was disappearing?
We did?
Not exactly, but
It's a solid door. Can't see
Okay.
through it.
right.
I don't remember.
Who is it?
Oh, I'm sorry to bother
Okay,
you.
I was
It's
thinking
your
of
female.
Was it
Almost. I
happened
didn't
in
say
the-
her name, but this is one of the
Muskrat.
elves that had come to teleport you guys away
I
when
don't-
I led you to dinner. It's one of the elven women.
Yeah. Oh,
The crowd opened the
mushroom.
door.
Oh, terribly
It
sorry.
stopped once I
I thought I heard someone walking around and wanted to see if you guys needed
That
anything.
usually stops.
Oh yeah, it's just good old
Am I still
Penny.
sleepwalking around?
Yeah,
Does she do that often?
all the time I think. I'll help her get back to bed.
Alright. How are you guys holding up through all of this?
Like, who's this?
The elven woman that came to teleport us.
Yeah.
It'd be great if I could find my friend who's in a prison somewhere in Arkeya. So, not great.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Do you know what prison they would be in?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Do you have any healing potions that we could take with us?
I think Queen Queen Jade's getting something
get some
together
together?
for you. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Why am I rolling so
Walking
bad?
around in a circle over there.
14.
Okay.
You start walking around in a circle.
No.
I refuse.
You are charmed by this individual.
Oh wait,
Charmed. Do you have advantage on
Dang it.
those or no?
I think I do. Is that my other girl?
Well, that's you can't.
Advantage on charisma, deception, charisma performance checks and tricks.
You might have something.
Instinctive charm. I think I have something.
You might have something that helps you out with it being charmed. I can't. I don't know.
So I'm the school of enchantment. So one second.
Your role was more to see if you're going to be just walking around in circles or if you're going to do this. If you're walking in circles.
Could you hand me my player's handbook?
Why am I not fast enough for you?
No.
Is that mine?
Oh,
No,
gosh.
I'm not.
And so,
Today.
yes.
What? I'm serious.
I don't want you to say it. I want to figure it out myself.
Okay. I would look too if I had a book.
Shut it.
What was your perception?
Y'all are mean.
Is that my book though?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I knew where it was.
Lost.
Wouldn't be the strangest
What was
thing.
your perception check?
Natural 1. It's gonna go real well for me.
It just means I don't have to
Yeah,
do
there might
anything.
not be
You're
anything.
asleep.
Oh,
So you don't
At least
know
you're
what
sleeping like a
might or
normal
might not be
person.
happening.
No, I think it's my
I
other
just
character
get
that
some
came
It's
to-
occasion
your.
I sleep.
Yeah. It's your.
Wake up as the other
ability.
day.
It's
Who
your.
is it? Was it Tana?
Steal all the
Tonic
money
and
and
the
run
charm.
away.
Okay, I guess I'm charmed. Yay, great.
Alright. And then
This is
she's
fun.
going to use her action to dominate you. And say, hand me the sapphire wand.
So and I can't do anything about that, like
Currently you're
Counter spell.
dominated.
And you should've
Essentially,
woken me up
you get a
sooner.
save after a while, but you are currently dominated and do what she says.
I have to, like I can't question it.
Not yet.
You have to hand it
Because
to her.
currently she's your friend.
So it's in my bag.
So you go over, you take it out, you go hand it to her.
I hate her so much.
She says, thank you very much. You have a good night. And turns to leave. Make a list. Let me see when it happens. Till the end of your next turn, they take only the actions you choose and don't do anything you don't allow it to do. Oh,
It's,
if you take
yeah.
damage, you make a save. So you consider her your friend that you just, right now, because you're charmed, she's your friend and she asked for it and so you gave it to her.
I'm heading to the door after my stuff happened. Just so you know.
So, that happened. You two are soundly sleeping.
I can roleplay that.
Are you opening the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm opening the door and I look out.
As you look out, I need you to make
So annoying.
I am raging, by the way. Now.
This is what you could do to people.
wisdom
So
saving
you
throw.
just want to cut off their heads and disintegrate them.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
No,
To be
it's
fair,
minus 210.
it works.
The door is open,
that ain't broke.
and
Oh no.
what you see is another Olin-looking person. You're not sure if it's Olin or not, but you see another person that looks just like Olin out there. And he's holding this chain up, doing this spell incantation. And the next thing you know, heavy chains firmly rooted in the ground come up, grab around you, and hold you in place. And you are magically restrained until the spell ends. You cannot move or be moved by any means.
Okay. I can still make attacks, right?
You can't move.
A restrained creature can make attacks as terms of restraint unless it specifies otherwise.
I guess.
Something like
So the terms of restraint are on the.
Yeah, I was just seeing if there's anything
I will
else. It's a
recklessly-
9th level spell.
I will recklessly make my 2 attacks.
Okay.
Against this target.
So they're, flat rolls.
Flat rolls, so that's going to be a 26.
Okay.
And that will be a 19.
Okay. First one hits, second one does not.
Okay.
I'm going to roll damage.
Wait, sorry.
Is this the right music?
Yes.
Got it.
That's exactly what you want.
This is what Penny's hearing.
I mean, it kind of makes it's the middle of the night.
She's in a field in a dream. It's really
23
nice.
points of damage.
If people were playing music outside at this time, this
So
is
this one you hit, it doesn't disappear, but it changes and shifts form. And it's a very butch looking, for lack of a better term, looking human that it's changed into. You've never seen this human in your life before. He just stops and stares at you, and then comes over, puts his hand on your hammer thing, both of them, and tries to pull them away from you.
Okay.
Restrained. Let's see if that's it.
Oh, big my banner
You have disadvantage on dex saving throws, speed 0. I don't think you have disadvantage on this.
I have
just
advantage
attacks.
on it.
Yeah, I was seeing if you had disadvantage, but you don't. So,
Give me a second.
to beat an 18, so probably not too hard for you. Because there's advantage.
It's a strength check.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Oh, so it was 18. So he's pulling on him, but you still have a hold of him. You're essentially, you can't really move, and he's holding on to your hammers right in front of you.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else other than this? The door's open, and you can see in the hallway there are 2 elves laying dead on the floor. One looks to be Euryphina, the female elf that had led you there. Another is one of the male elves. And you see walking down the hallway, also Euryphina, walking down the hallway holding the sapphire wall.
How far down the hall?
She's probably about 40 feet away.
I yell help as loud as I can, and then I chuck one down the hall, one hammer,
Okay?
and then attack the one right in front of me.
Do we hear
Okay.
it?
Do we hear?
Everybody's going to have to roll a perception check to see if you heard that.
Okay, so my first attack against the one against me is going to be a 22 to hit.
9.
22 against the one on
The
you.
one on me.
Yep.
Wow, no, that's only a 13 at the
So
one
that
down the
one
hall.
goes wide and doesn't hit.
Does 26 wake me up?
Yes.
Okay.
What'd
I
you
only
get?
got 9.
12.
Good thing you're in my room.
12. Iris?
5.
Okay.
Weird.
You wake up. Make a regular perception check now that you're awake.
What was the
Hammer,
other
boom,
perception
past
check?
the door.
The other one was to see if you heard him.
20.
Okay, so you wake up and you see a flutter out the window, and you see the tail end of your bow going out the window. And you heard a...
He was lamping.
You're still asleep.
Just day
You
dreaming
snap
away.
out of it. Sorry, I forgot you over what everybody did. You snap out of it. You wake. You turn. You heard Nick yelling something, but you just turn, and Veronica's just kind of standing in the doorway.
What are you doing?
Do you see the hammer?
And
Does she see the hammer go
So-
fly
Our
by?
friend came by.
So
What
yeah,
friend?
you see her as your friend right
You're
now.
Frina. You're Frina.
You're Athena.
You're
I
Athena.
did forgot to introduce her. That was the name of the female elf that
The elf that
helped travel with
teleported
us.
us here.
It's the middle of the night.
She wanted to take a look at my wand.
What?
Like, yeah.
She took it.
Yeah.
She's gonna go push past her.
Okay.
I mean, I gave it to her.
Boom.
I mean, I gave it to her.
I'm dead.
Just gonna
She
pretend
didn't
that
force it out of my
Why
hand.
did you give
this
it
is
to
now
her?
Yeah,
room
yeah, it makes it
situation.
perfect actually.
So
She just we met her today.
Yeah, we're
well, I
like
put him in
best
certain
friends.
ways.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go
So,
get your wand
You
back.
guys are over
I
here.
almost died for that thing.
You guys are up here, but Nick's out in the
I
hallway.
did die for that.
So I can't fight though, right? Because I'm still
You're
dominated.
asleep.
Yeah.
You can fight. You see that person as your friend, and you don't
So I won't
want
fight
to.
her.
But
might-
if they use their action, they control you. If they want to. Who is
Do they know I
this? This is
can
sit
Angela.
Angela.
Angela's asleep. It doesn't matter.
She's dreaming about cats.
Probably.
So you woke up. I don't know who this. Oh, this was Arthur. He was with Banjo. There's
Arthur.
something there.
King of the Britons.
Okay, so you wake up. You see a flutter, and your bow went out the window. You attacked. You hit the guy.
Yeah,
you missed the other one.
I did 23 points of damage to him.
Okay. Sleep. You come out into the hallway. There are. These are whatever. These are dead elves
Oh.
laying there.
This was not concentration, I'm assuming. The spell that he did. I know
Not
they-
the one that person did.
No, the one that's attacking me. I'm assuming that one's not concentration.
I was not even doing a spell.
Someone else cast a spell.
Gotcha.
More of a decoy situation.
Yep.
But okay, this is, for lack of a better person, your Athena's walking away. You're restrained but attacking this guy in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everybody on the battlefield right now.
Do I see the wand in the hag's hand?
Make a perception check. It's not a hag, but yeah.
I know.
It's actually a very beautiful elven woman.
I would like to see if I see where
16.
go over to the window.
Yeah, you do notice that it's in her hand walking away. You want to do what?
Go over to the window, see if I see where that.
Okay, make a perception check. With disadvantage because it's nighttime.
Then no.
Okay. Well, you hear a fluttering of wings, but you don't see exactly where it went.
Well, then I would just cast daylight.
Out the window?
No, I think I have to cast it on
On
something,
something.
so on myself.
Okay. You see a little imp-looking creature carrying the onyx bow, barely able to fly with it not too far out from your window or so.
Did I see all those corpses when I came out?
Yeah, you see that the woman that's walking away from you is also dead on the ground.
Then I'm gonna shoot at her legs.
Okay, at her leg specifically, then at disadvantage. You can do that if you want, but it's...
I don't want to kill her yet, so I'm gonna
You
shoot like
can-
at the backs of her knees.
Okay, so just roll with disadvantage because you're aiming for a specific part.
It would knock her over if she gets this. Most likely.
18.
Yep.
Cool. So I'm gonna shoot twice.
Okay.
Both legs. Alright, 18 for the. You want
You're
roll
gonna
damage
blow
right
up
now?
both her kneecaps.
Do you need damage? Damage for the first one first?
Take her down. I'm watching out the window like, what is happening?
Well,
She's my friend. Why are you shooting
Shut
her?
up! She's not your friend.
way out the window.
I'm watching
Luck.
it down the hall.
Oh,
Oh my
I was saying if you.
Like, what the?
Well, it looks like
What the
Okay.
hey?
daylight
18
just
again plus
rose,
stuff.
so
18 plus stuff.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Second one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm still
I'm
doing
so tired.
Okay. So you hit this individual, and she's like,
It's 19 points.
and then she just turns around and looks at you, gives you a big smile, changes into a
Oh, yeah.
human male, wearing glasses, brown hair, but wearing a black cloak,
Oh crap.
and just turns and just smiles at you. That's all he does right now. The one on you, lost that. Yes, lost that one. Changes before your eyes to not. It changes again, and is not a human barbarian male, but a very fat elf wearing fancy clothing that you've
Good.
seen before. His
Oh,
Grimhoss is really holding on to you, and all of a sudden he's like, whoop, uh-oh, because he no longer has the muscles he once had. This is going to turn into something bigger that's going to take much longer than 10:30, so we may not want to get into this. I didn't think we were going to get this far. But I don't know that we want to get into this battle right now. Because it's going to go much
I'm
later than
personally good.
10:30. I know you don't always want to stay that late.
I never get any
Rush
sleep on
starts.
Wednesday nights anyway, no
It's
matter
up to you
what.
guys. I just
I'm kind of like really into it right
I
now.
don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
am
start
too.
something if you guys are going to be like 10 minutes, like at
Yeah.
10:30. Like,
Got
oh,
just a
let's
little
stop now.
excited.
It would
Yeah,
give our
I'm
viewers
really
reason
excited
to
about
come back
this.
next week.
This is good.
Okay, well then I'm going to see, and we can roll initiative and write everybody
Yeah,
down there,
buddy.
including Grimhoss and Slazar.
I do want to add a message on here.
Have people been messaging?
Buddy,
Someone did at the beginning,
21.
Hey, hang on.
which I will tell you
All
about
we
that
have
when
to
we're
do too
done.
is,
Gotcha.
guys, if we just like know what we want to do, like, and go around, we probably could be able to like get through it too.
Mhm.
Not
I
like
have
rush
no
through
idea
it, but
what
like,
I'm
Or we
doing.
could just die quickly and then.
That's true. Yeah, and then we'll start a new campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I
we've
better
got
write
it
my
all planned
backstory.
out. Character creation. Okay.
Please report
Nick?
character creation. 22. 21, sorry.
Okay.
So now you're gonna roll well when it doesn't freaking
It
matter.
It
does.
does matter now,
Yeah.
because you can
She's
wake up.
asleep.
Oh.
Initiative's super important. Yeah. And I roll crap.
Just so
Depends
people
on your
know.
character too, because like, mine's under a 1,000.
Okay.
But you can attack other people.
Natural
just
20
not.
for Slazar.
Of course.
And a 4 plus
Well, or
1 for Grimhoss.
Well, good.
So he's got a 5 for Grimhoss, but Slazar's natural 20, so he's first. Also,
Does it natural 20 matter
Lazar.
in initiative? 'Cause
No.
you got a 21.
And I got a 22.
Oh, well,
I know,
okay, so
that is
let me
my
put his-
natural 20 plus 1.
Okay.
Right,
Wait,
his
do I
roll?
plus is, hold
I didn't roll initiative.
Does he have alert like all mine did?
on. His is plus 2, so his is 22.
Dang it.
Okay.
So,
I also rolled a 22.
I had 20.
so actually you'll
You first.
go first, but you're currently asleep. So your turn
This
will
is me
consist
waking
of a
up.
perception. Well, you'll probably wake up.
What room was she in?
She's right there.
I just
Day, what'd you get?
20.
Oh my gosh.
Just because I
Um,
have
I know,
daylight,
we
I didn't know if that would
all
affect her
roll
waking up.
Oh, okay.
But she's
Penny.
pretty far away.
11.
Oh my
What?
gosh, you're even after me.
You tried.
I tried. I woke up and I'm not like.
Because there's so many
Well,
things on
very
here, I'm
late.
changing, I'm getting rid of some of these extra things.
Okay.
You jumped out of me at the beginning.
I jumped the
Really
gun and now I just
banjo?
like got kind of freaked out. So I'm just.
I
I
don't want.
mean, these guys aren't going to come into play, so I'm
I
removing
just
them.
shot Slazar, so I'm just like, oh crap.
But
Not bad.
Who else needs to go on this list?
I actually have a Slazar. I don't have a Grimhoss. He's a fat elf. Where's all the fat elf figurines? How come we don't have one of those?
Wait, there's
Someone needs to go shopping.
a wizard that
Yes.
kind of looks
Get
fast.
dice and figures.
Well, we'll just.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Okay, who else
visiting.
besides Slazar?
Do one that just says others with 14 as the initiative.
Others.
Like ghosts.
Yes.
No.
Well, there's others, but it hasn't been noticed yet.
No.
I'm assuming that my dad's in the room with.
Well, Slazar and I are best friends.
Yeah, I'm just
so-
gonna assume your dad's staying in the room out of it, unless
Yeah.
you really think he
No.
wants to get
He
involved.
dropped it though, so would I?
But it's you're still
I don't
under
know.
the spell of
My
that
dad would
person.
run out.
You what?
My dad would, knowing my dad, he would run out and try to punch this guy.
I think it's it's more
I
like
know, I know.
it's a
I'm being
magical
serious
effect.
about it. It's
So it's like, well, she looks different, but it's still my friend.
Well,
It's
he'll
magical.
probably quickly retreat, but we'll say he's awake for now.
yeah.
Okay, you have everybody?
I think so. Do I?
Probably.
If you forget a bad guy, it's
Hey,
fine.
question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I see Slazar now, though, he doesn't look like my friend anymore. Am I still thinking that he's my friend?
You're still charmed by this person, though, because the
Okay.
spell is this person casting it. So, yeah, it's more of the magic connection. You
Yeah.
see that person as your
Okay.
friend.
Maybe your friend turned into Slazar. Makes her
Best
more
friend.
intimidating.
Guess we're all friends.
Let's not push it too
Okay,
far.
so Iris,
Just friends.
we'll say you wake up,
Yep.
but as your turn, do a perception check to see what is going on, because you were in a dead sleep, and now there's a crazy ruckus going on.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
7.
Okay, so you wake up, you're not
What?
sure
You're
what's going on
happy sleeper.
outside,
Put the dice in
but you don't currently see your emerald staff around you. You kind of wake up and instinctually reach for it. You don't currently see it around you, but you're awake, you're in the room. I'll say if you want to either choose if you want to look either out the window or out the door as part of your turn too, you can.
I'd probably open the door.
Okay. You
Yeah.
open the door, and for your turn, you see that elf guy kind of holding on to Nick, who is foaming and stuff, but these chains are shackling him to the ground.
Can we ever get a decent night's sleep?
And
Nope.
I at least let you guys get a full rest.
Thank you.
I was talking about doing it the first night, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna let him get a rest first.
And we at least did during the day.
You see Penny out there in the hallway and some cloaked guy at the end of the hallway that you have flashbacks to being someone that I'm pretty sure killed you.
Yeah.
This baby.
So that's your turn.
This was good.
Would I get to use my new spells that I was going to prepare for today, or no? Not
You.
available.
Oh, no, that's at dawn.
Is it?
At
I don't
4.
know how this all. I don't know the timeline of how everything just
You know what?
happened.
We'll let you use them. It'll be fun.
Wait.
Because she was in the library studying.
Okay.
You know what you're doing.
I'm not gonna change mine because I could just get hold person or something. It'll be more fun just to go with what I.
Mhm.
Alright. So, Slazar reaches up,
Which was built for
and
traveling.
a shimmering wall just blocks
Oh.
right here. And he's just on the other side of it, standing there, smiling and watching. That is his turn. Nick.
Okay. Do I see that thing come up?
You see it in the distance, you see it change, and then you just see this shimmering wall come up.
Okay. Not knowing what it would be.
Right.
I'm
you're not
gonna-
a magic person. so-
Well, seeing that it's Grimhouse in front of me, I'm gonna
Okay.
hit him twice. So both of these attacks are against him. Those suck. 15 and 17.
The second one hits. The first one's hit.
Glad he got weaker. That-
He had the stats of a barbarian for a moment, but then it didn't work out.
We all hate Grimhouse with a passion.
29
For various
points of damage.
reasons. He thinks he's actually better than me.
Alright, he's like, and he lets go of you at that point.
Can my dad go on my turn?
Sure, what's he gonna do?
He will run up and punch him.
Alright,
Human punch. That is going to be a.
we'll say he just has 10 as all the stats, no modifiers.
Okay, so that's 12 to hit.
So he,
Smarter
he
than me.
comes up and he kind of like catches on the chains, like, ah! What is going on out here?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Dad, get back in the room.
Your turn's done. Day.
Fireball 5th level
Where?
at the imp.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna matter because
It's
an imp
immune to
has
fire.
10 HP, They
I
might be a
don't know
doom.
that.
I didn't know. Oh, no, I know. It's like if it's a
Are they
beacon fire,
immune
that'd
to
be really
fire?
funny.
I don't know. They might be.
At least it's a beacon.
It could be immune to
Okay.
fire.
Are they with demons or are they
They're at the beginning, I think. It's.
probably with demons?
I can't fly after him.
Yeah, it's the no, they're devils, I think.
And I'm so torn between what I want to do.
Just do.
Yeah, they're immune to fire. They only have 10 HP, but they're immune to fire. So you blast this thing, and this imp just kind of like turns back and looks, and then keeps on flying.
I rolled ridiculously high for that as well.
That's fantastic.
Over 50
You're right, you
points.
wouldn't know that an imp.
I just
like
picture
this.
Day go to the window.
Boom! And you're like, I got him. And then it clears, and he's just like looking at you, like, and just moves and is slowly moving away. Would you like to move or anything?
How far away is he?
That was a beautiful day.
He's probably about, he's only about 30, 40 feet away right now.
Then I just stay right where I'm at.
Okay. But now it's his turn. So he's going to fly away. Or so he's over here.
Oh goodness.
Also,
Oh no.
make a perception check.
No, I'm so good at
You
this.
are.
So
He
good.
rolled pretty bad for his stealth check, so.
Well, so I'm gonna continue 7.
Doesn't
Right.
say that Day's not a smart person.
All right, Veronica, your turn.
Oh god.
Is she able to act on her own though?
Wait, look.
Oh,
You
you're
must
right.
be really strong. I should use a strong.
He didn't use
spell.
his
He didn't
action
use
to-
his action to.
Ninth level fire.
You can act on your own, but you would not
Strong
negatively
spelling
act
stuff.
towards Slazar in any way.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And you wouldn't necessarily attack your friends, but you wouldn't understand why they would be attacking him. So you can react to Grimhaus or whatever the situation is.
I see Grimhouse
Maybe Sam go
attacking
get
Nick.
some more dice.
Yeah, you turn, you see him over there, kind of backing up slowly from him right now, but you see him in there.
So Grimhouse is backing up from him.
Yeah, which
Can
Nick is
I-
restrained by chains currently, so he doesn't currently feel threatened by that, but yes.
Can Grimhouse make a dexterity saving throw?
18, man. No, wait, it's just 17. He doesn't have a modifier index. 17.
Okay.
Was it disintegrate?
No, I was gonna do Autoluke's resilient sphere, stick him
Ooh.
inside.
Okay,
Until we
you
figure out
want
what
to
to do with
move
him.
or?
That sucks. Yeah, I wanna move.
Does the sphere still show up?
I don't think it really says, but
Okay.
because you can't move it around into something, it
Yeah.
has to appear around them, so it doesn't matter. either way.
Yeah, I don't think anything happens, and I don't have like a bonus action. I don't think.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay kind of in cover of the room. Like
Okay.
I'm looking out, but I'm not gonna be like completely out there because I really don't know what's
Penny,
going on.
what do you want to do? And you're not magically inclined, so you're not really sure what's going on with that, but you do see a shimmery thing there.
Can I see if I check in that other room? Can I see if that force field or whatever it is seems to stretch through, or is it just in the hallway?
Where are you looking?
So is it right in front of me?
Yes.
So if I go look in,
Essentially right in front of him, actually, so
Oh.
it's over here.
so is there?
This hallway continues. Sorry.
Okay, so
Hallway.
that's a hall.
Good. Hallway comes down. There's
So my thought,
essentially a wall right there.
how big were those windows?
About 2 feet wide, about 3 feet tall.
So I can get through. Okay.
You could get through one.
I
if
would
you
like
wanted.
to
You're pretty
try
dexterous.
to climb through one and see if I could get in through another side. Potentially.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
You could not see this at all on the screen.
Oh, you're making it bigger.
I don't do these often.
That's what I whatever your intelligence modifier is.
I can't find intelligence.
Choose one of your big numbers.
Oh. 11.
Putting up a wall or something.
Okay, you think that might be a
I
good plan?
cast a massive. What is
That
what was
worries
that fire
me.
move?
So you're going to dive out
Well,
and then do
that
what?
causes
I wasn't
like
gonna
that.
dive out. I was gonna
Squares of-
carefully
Oh,
climb out.
Firestorm.
Okay, before I did that, I would want to see if there was another window.
There is not. You know that is you're in the hallway.
Alright. Well, then I will not do that.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I'll go peek back down the hall and shoot Grandpa's twice.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attacks.
Okay. I'll do luck on one. One is 13. I'm gonna do luck on 2 and use both my lucks.
Okay.
Different dice.
A bit better. Just since
Is Joseph watching?
I.
Okay,
probably
17 plus 8 for one.
That'll hit.
And the other one misses. So, oh, is it sneak attack?
Mhm.
Finally.
On him, yeah.
Oh, it's only 1d6 now.
Yeah, it's really sad. 12 damage.
12?
Yep.
Total?
And then I'm gonna duck back into that room I was in.
What?
Okay, put it back in.
Thank you.
Iris, what do you want to do?
Well, I look out and I'm like, oh gee.
What's your first word?
OMG. I thought you said OMG.
Oh, that's probably what I was
OMG.
gonna say.
A monk version of OMG.
It sounds like a monk thing. OMG.
OMG.
I practice the way of OMG. It means I shoot you with blasts out of my hands.
So yeah. So
OMG
since
sounds much
I
better.
Very
see
spiritual.
the
Very
shivering
spiritual.
wall, I'm just gonna look towards Grimhouse.
Okay.
Attack him. I know I started to say it weird. Attack him.
Okay.
I don't know if we said any name in this campaign.
I
You
wanna-
go in physically up to him to attack him, or are you
Yes.
shooting him from afar?
No, I want to try to stun him.
Okay.
Stun each
Now, you don't have your relic currently,
Right.
so you'll be just punching.
punching. Yeah.
Go ahead
If you
and
go
roll.
behind
If you
him,
go
you get
behind me, that's why
advantage.
that's you can do advantage. So roll with advantage.
Oh my gosh.
Your
You get
rolls.
two attacks.
Caleb, what are you
So-
doing? Why
why'd
are you
you even
rolling
come
the
here
dice
tonight?
so
She-
bad?
We've
Is she
gotta
a half?
go.
No, she's tiefling.
We've gotta go
We
on a
need-
time.
That's your
Luck,
first attack.
luck.
Okay.
I want to use a luck.
My
Do you get advantage again on
now.
No, you
I'm
just
I'm
get
gonna
gonna
roll
borrow
one of them.
some.
Oh,
There's
you know,
just
there's
one.
One.
Oh.
I know, that's what I asked. At least got the double digits.
Wait, sorry.
plus your
Plus
normal
my-
attack.
Oh yeah, so
Plus your proficiency in dex.
yeah, so 7, so 17.
Yep, that just hits.
Just hits
So
for
roll damage, and then if you want to do stunning, it's a
Just to keep
con
going.
save.
Yes.
He's rolling really well.
8.
So 8 points of damage. He got a 21 on his con save, though.
You can technically make him do that 4 times, because if you do flurry of blows,
Plus,
You try
And then
again.
and
the
you,
stun.
you could be like stunning, sorry, like so.
Yeah, but you have to hit with each one.
Yeah.
They will love you too,
So-
it's okay.
yeah,
So that's just your
roll-
first
That's
attack.
your
So you have
first
your
hit.
second attack.
with
With advantage. Every hit's gonna be advantage.
There you
That's
go.
better.
That'll hit. So go ahead and roll damage, and then if you want to do a stun
that's 6.
total, or
Yeah.
okay.
Was that stunning strike?
She's gonna try for stunning
Stunning
strike.
strike.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your Q save? You only got 13.
It's wisdom plus proficiency
Should be
plus
on
8.
I was not 14. 14.
So he fails.
So he
He's
fails.
stunned.
So he's stunned.
You got it.
You can then just still continue to wail on him for 2 more hits.
Might as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
If
You
you
won't
want to use flurry of
unstun him.
blows, you can.
Yeah, you won't
And you can move, and these attacks are still an advantage, regardless now, because he's stunned. He
Oh,
can't do
because he's
anything.
stunned. 13 plus 20.
That's who we're missing. We don't have Grimhouse in it.
That's
well,
Grim
but
House,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, but he didn't have a
He
turn.
was-
He didn't get.
Oh, I thought he was
He would
others.
have gone before Iris, but
I assume 20
Should I
hits.
just put him down here because
Yeah.
he was technically in that order? Or no?
I assume 20 hits.
I mean, he would have gone already, but it is what we're not gonna do it all. What did you say? How much damage? I'm sorry.
Did 5,
What was it to hit?
20,
Well,
And
so
then-
5 more. Okay.
and then the 16 plus
So
23.
Yep.
Just have him go real quick. After
Yeah.
so he would have gone before. What would he have done?
And gotten away from
Yeah,
you
just-
and summoned something. But
Can he go right after him? or-
essentially, he's incapacitated, so it's fine.
So just have him summon the thing before it happens. He
So we'll
stood
do
there.
some
Still
of it,
su-
but then that's it.
Yeah, let's just do that.
So
We have
in
these
his
guys.
turn that he had, okay, that works.
And
These almost shimmering-looking Arkeyan dolls come out of the ground. One back here and one over here. So they are now there. They look like Arkeyan dolls, but they're like shimmery looking.
Is it concentration at all? Because if it is, then he has to make 4 concentration checks. Okay. All right.
We will have to figure out something for the battle
Oh.
camera.
Okay. Did you do all your damage to him?
and then another 5 for
Another
the
5.
4th one.
Got it.
How many people are
So
Okay.
now I'm done.
So there was that. Now we'll say his
That's
turn
pretty cool.
happens. He's now unstunned at the end of his turn, but that was his turn.
It's been an average
Um,
of 3 the whole time.
Nick, what do you want to do?
That's stream up.
I am going to recklessly attack him.
Okay.
Do it. Ew, do
So
it
that
better.
will be an 18 to hit.
Oh,
That is-
never mind.
He adds like a billion.
Yeah.
with this thing. He's easy to hit with this thing, but he adds so much.
No, that was a terrible roll. That was only it's gonna be 18 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will recklessly attack him again. That's 22 to hit, and it's only 20.
20?
Yep.
It goes down.
Yes.
Currently.
This one?
Yep. Falls to the ground.
Yeah, buddy. Like,
Dice.
That thing is
what
moving.
imagines.
What?
Oh, sorry, your turn. I forgot you.
Oh.
Day, your turn.
I am casting Blade Barrier on him.
I can't do
I've
that.
It
never-
does 60, 10 damage.
What's the
I
same?
don't know.
Dex save, I believe.
Just
Ooh,
really-
I would do.
7 plus 3 for 10.
Nope. Takes the full thing.
Okay.
There's a chance.
There is a
So he'll
chance.
die?
No.
No, there's a
That-
chance that it won't die.
That I won't
It's
kill the imp.
highly likely that it's about to die.
Yeah, it did.
He's dead.
Okay.
Eagle.
So you do this. Wait, is it?
Oh my
That's
God.
magical. You and now the bow is falling off the cliff of Jean.
Oh, that's nice.
It's gone. The bow. You just watch your.
I can't have it no again.
What?
Right. Any bonus action or anything?
I'll check you later. Oh, you can.
Can Lampa interact with
But
objects?
he's not on
I
our
don't
team
know if I saw any of
currently.
this.
Can I just send him down there to look for it?
Sure.
It's just
So we'll
lays
say
on
you
his
send him and
bed.
he starts going
Just
down.
attack everyone
I'll have him make some checks later. He's got to catch up to it.
I
They
need
would
some
have.
help.
Okay. Instead,
David tells that
the
happened because
person
none of
is
us saw that.
doing that.
I'm pretty sure you guys know
These
something
other
just
things.
went down outside. Because it looks like daylight outside now.
They will have advantage against
It's
me,
like Dave's just
regardless
taking a
of
walk.
everything.
So
Because
an
I cast
18 doesn't
daylight
show.
and then a
Yes.
fireball.
Okay.
But it has
Now
to roll
there's a
above a 12.
So it won't hit
100-foot
you.
long wall of spinning blades in the middle of the air.
What is it, magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you take 18 points of cold damage and
Natural
10 points of fire damage
28 total.
as these two
Crazy
shoot
weather
enemies
we got.
towards you. Veronica,
fire.
it is your turn.
Well, I rolled for my own mind to see if I heard what went down with Day happening, and I got a natural one.
Okay.
So
Well,
probably
there-
didn't hear it.
But there is bright light. I don't know how, if my door is closed, how much would be shining through, because I
You
do
can
have
see the light shining underneath the door for sure.
We should zoom it out for a little bit so people can see us again if they're still watching.
Oh,
I don't-
good point. I can zoom out for a bit.
We'll talk to you.
Well, I can't attack Slazar, and that guy's down.
You do see
I
these
see the Arkeans.
shimmering looking Arkeyan dolls that have just appeared out of the ground.
Come on.
I'm gonna blast it with.
If someone's watching,
Snap
hi,
his dad, I
I'm
think.
Nick.
Nick, you're so weird.
So?
Technically, that is what his character would do.
That actually is what I wave and I say hi, my name's Nick.
I'm
It's
just,
literally me.
I don't
It's
even know what
literally
your character
Literally me.
Nick plays Nick.
You don't have to do
Oh, yeah,
in-game
keep
reference.
going.
It's pretty nice.
Can I just do blind?
I took care of my
I
guy.
don't want
How
to
are you
cross
guys
them
doing?
off for me.
Fantastic.
Don't know
Took care of
Yeah,
mine.
full
Don't know
damage.
what's keeping you so long.
Well, I
I mean, I
determined there are
rolled
no
a 3
windows.
plus.
Oh,
No
you don't know
windows?
that
Down
one,
the
so
hall.
it's how many?
Oh, I was like, I'm just fired a couple things out a window. We're not actually having this conversation.
8d8.
We're having it with our eyes, and I can't see you, but we're still having it.
You're just
somehow.
looking at the daylight from underneath the door. It's like, I feel him. I know what he's
What
thinking.
are you doing?
White on this guy.
Oh.
Nice.
10, 20, 25, 67, 31. It's not dead yet?
He's not.
Ah.
For one spell? No.
He looks
Yes.
delighted.
He's a.
Hey,
Looks blighted.
He looks
it's okay.
polite.
Mine took 2 spells as well.
What?
Alright.
A 5th
Unless
and
you
a
have
6th
bonus
level
action,
spell.
It's your turn, Penny.
Let's look.
To kill him.
Since I don't know any better necessarily,
I love.
I'm just gonna try to shoot
Fireball.
through that wall.
Shoot through what wall?
That one.
Okay,
I'm just peeking through a little bit.
so you go.
I'm just gonna do one.
Okay.
Just to see. Just to watch something bad happen. I'm
Roll
sure.
to see for gun jams.
Oh, so it's not definitely not even gonna. I mean, it doesn't jam.
So you shoot it. It just kind of ricochets off.
I just had to check. All right, I'm gonna shoot the Arkeya instead.
Okay.
Waste of it.
Wait for the good bullets. Good shoot.
And I'm also going to action surge, so I get to shoot it 3 times instead.
Action
20 to
sur-
hit?
Action surge, you get 2. You get to do 4, correct?
I just did 1.
You just do another round.
I shot. Can I do that? Can I split my 2 attacks up like that?
That one.
What I first did?
Hmm?
So when I shot once at Flazar, could I split that 1 attack and shoot once him, shoot once that? Okay, so then I'm gonna do my action surge and shoot him twice again. Okay, so damage for that one was 5. Just throwing pebbles.
Oh.
Alright. Natural 20 and math. 15.
Natural 20.
And
Roll
math.
damage.
And I just
Does
double it,
math
right?
hit?
Does
Just don't
hit.
double it. Just do it regular because he's taking half
He's
damage
gonna
from
But does math hit?
this. Math would hit.
8
So it
for double damage.
If we're talking Final Fantasy Tactics math, that's the strongest ability in the game.
math.
Alright,
Math.
Meth.
you guys watch as Grimhoss, laying unconscious on the ground, all of a sudden begins to swell,
Oh,
Swell.
He's gonna explode.
and armor starts seeming to grow out from him.
Well, that's the thing that can
He
happen.
starts to look like a very fat, bloated Arkeyan doll and stand up right in front of Nick.
Good thing I used 2 of my most powerful spells already.
Good thing.
He's going to
On an imp.
back up, which,
But you got that.
He's actually
It'd be
stunned.
nice if I had a bow to
No, no.
shoot with.
well, he's
Got the
done
imp,
with
but you
that.
lost
'cause-
the bow.
No, it's at the
I
start
still
of her
claim
next
him
turn.
after.
So for next turn?
Yeah.
Okay, well then he is changing, but he can't do anything.
Yeah.
But you see his form changing,
So he's
In
still
front of
currently
you.
laying down.
but he's swelling into a big, bloated Arkeyan doll looking thing on the ground.
Ew. Wonderful.
Iris, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna flurry of blows.
I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Well, I'm
So
gonna
go ahead
flurry
and
blows
roll.
him.
4 attacks, all with advantage, because he's prone.
He's still
I'm still
paralyzed.
wow sometimes.
He will be unparalyzed.
Still
at the end of this.
I'm sorry, I can't control mine.
20's breaking out of the surface.
Yep.
This
Let's
would be
get
Granby's long lost husband.
Well, hold on.
Wait.
Just make yeah. So
Long
so
lost.
then he's if she's doing. Are you
What
doing
would we
stunning
call
strike
it?
again on each of these?
Papa J.
No, flurry of blows.
No, I didn't know if you were doing stunning strike again.
Depends on how many key points you want to use. If you're just doing to attack him, then just roll them all at advantage. If you want to do stunning on any
Oh,
of
to
them, then
keep him stunned because it'll wear off.
yeah, it's up to you.
Yes, then I want to try to
Okay,
keep him
then-
stunned. Sorry.
So the first one
The
hit,
first
so.
one.
19 plus that, so he's not stunned on the first one.
Okay.
But what's the damage?
Are you keeping track of your key points?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So,
I
9.
would forget to do.
Okay.
I'm keeping a bullet towel.
The second one hit, right?
Yeah, it was a 19.
Oh, that was the
So
minor roll.
are you wanting to stun until he either gets stunned or resists the ball? 18.
One was
He's better in this form, just so you know.
Hmm.
He's stronger in this form, so if he
Uh,
didn't get
Good.
stunned on this one, we'll go ahead and roll. Or damage.
But at least he's uglier.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
8.
Yeah.
You may kill us, but you're still ugly. Another 19.
See,
So
this
that
is where
hits. So you
vicious
want him to
monsters
keep
are
stunning
coming
or no?
in.
I know.
But we never think of them when
You did about
we're actually using the spell.
Natural 1.
Ooh, baby.
So he's stunned again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
That's super helpful.
That is.
Iris is just too stunning.
It has a lot of plus to it, but the natural 1's not going to help.
Wait,
you.
am I in this
Is that roll
room?
damage again? Yeah, you're in that.
I
Yeah,
thought I was in a room over there before.
7 points of damage.
plus 3.
Yeah, 4 plus. Oh, that's a
7.
7. Sorry, 10.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that was a 4. Clearly,
And then your last attack.
I can't wait for my turn.
I'm.
Simply opening the door is going
21.
to just cause the
So no
daylight
damage,
to
and there's no need to stun on this one.
10.
Block this all.
Nice.
All right.
How do you dispel the magical wall?
Slazar's turn.
Slazar's turn.
dispel magic. Disintegrate, I think, would.
All right. Nick, your
It's
turn.
fine.
Oh,
I will say
creeper.
for Frodo,
Actually,
it watches the comes together. Gah! Gah!
Okay, go ahead and roll. Well, there's still
So it's
flat.
just flat roll, yeah. Damn. No, it's gonna be a 14.
This is
That's going to be 28.
okay. One
So
miss,
that's-
one hit.
3 d12 instead.
disintegrate can do
That
that.
sucks. So bad. That's 20 points of damage.
Good thing the one person that has such a spell is friends with
Oh,
the
that
person on
sucks
the
so
other
bad.
side of such a.
Day.
Since I sit lamping, I'm going to open the
You don't
door.
even know what's going on. You open the door, bright light just shines
Oh.
out of here.
It's going to get better. Since I don't even want to bother looking, I'm going to walk in the middle and do my channel divinity. Cause even more light and radiant.
Oh my god.
So who has to make a save?
Anyone within 20.
What the?
Not the bad people.
Okay. Oh.
I'm a cleric.
Well, we don't really remember that you're
What
a cleric
save is it?
sometimes.
You're
Constitution.
just a
Be
pyromaniac.
careful, he's just gonna start casting heal
Religious
word on you.
pyromaniac.
So a
Yeah.
9 for that Arkeya, a 19 for this Arkeyan, and a 24 for Grimhoss.
Well, I rolled 4 damage, but plus my clerical, so 15 damage. 7 on
Is
this.
it half to the other people?
Mhm.
Okay. So that one failed for 15 damage. That one saved. And he saved, even though he's a... No, he automatic... Wait, what is the save? Constitution?
Constitution.
Oh, he doesn't automatically fail that.
Dex save would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That would be my turn.
Okay. Attack on Nick and one on Day. That hits Nick, but only by 13 to hit him now. Natural 20 on Day.
Of course.
But on Nick, you
Your
take
shining beacon.
12 points of lightning damage.
No,
I have an
100.
armor class of 19.
And you take 20 points.
I will use my reaction,
Of,
which I totally forgot
lightning
about,
damage.
and reduce that by 14 points.
You do that on yourself.
No, you did
No,
on
you
me.
did it for him.
On him.
Yeah,
So
but I
took
can only do it
6
for
points.
You take 6 points of lightning damage.
Because I totally forgot about it. Just now. Although I don't think anybody else has been attacked except for me this whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it's just you again.
Thanks, Jordan. Since we're just waiting until he can kill us all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just watching.
Yeah, behind us.
He wanted to charm you in case you tried to get rid of his wall.
Yeah, well, it's very annoying.
Ooh,
Know that I can do something about it.
Would I
I assumed so.
Yes.
That's why he went after you.
have any understanding of charming spells at all?
Make an Arcana check.
Well, we traveled with a
Well,
charming wizard.
like
You
a
Yeah,
could,
but as far as how they work,
we wouldn't. I don't think she charmed anyone for the whole campaign so
Yes,
far.
I have.
You got
Yes,
this.
we did.
Who?
I don't remember what I did.
3.
I
No,
did.
5.
I don't
you're
remember.
not really sure. You know she's acting weird, but you don't really know why she's acting weird.
Okay.
You're kind of caught up in this fight right now, not worried
Oh,
about
I think you
That's
tried to
fine.
charm
Veronica,
Scarlet.
it's your turn.
Okay.
Well, I would like to light that guy again. That's a prize from me because why not?
He fails again. These Arkeans are doing poorly.
Good.
Really, they're all doing poorly as far as my rolls for the most part. I got an actual 20, but it's,
Whoa.
8, 8, 8,
7.
24, 34, 40,
It's a really good roll.
45 plus 7 is 52.
Wow.
that
They were
one.
like, oh baby,
That was a good one.
52 point people, and I lost my nice there. It's okay.
Yes.
To the Arkeyan.
And instead of it laying on the ground, it just kind of dissipates.
Oh, good. Gone. Off the board.
So you got disintegrate without using disintegrate.
Veronica is pretty.
Penny,
Getting a little
what do you want to
high.
do?
Just kidding. My dice are awesome.
Does the bright light cause disadvantage to people? Daylight?
I don't think so. I think it's just bright lights.
It's very well lit.
I bet I can't cast light again, but that was pretty
Could you
cool.
cast it as a higher level though?
I could, but I kind of want to keep synaptic static when people move away from people.
I use my 6 level slow.
Alright.
And
I
I
just
still
feel the need to
disintegrate.
keep pointing that out.
I want to use disintegrate, but I can't. I should.
Good roll.
I'll just blight him, don't worry.
And Hawk is gone, or he's stunned this round. So he doesn't-
No. Bright light.
Mm, 17
Oh, no. 17 does hit.
and 15 plus 8.
Yep,
What is
both
it?
those hit.
Well, it's just about okay.
Kind of like this one better than 5 armies currently.
This song you've been playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
Is it the one that's in the...
No, stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me have my damage.
Just let her have it, damn it.
Taking it away.
Creative Commons is what it's called.
How many bullets is that, yeah? You might be able to reload it, yeah, because you did your action surge last time, so.
You're like pretty critical reload.
Can I do that as a bonus?
Would you like
Does it have
to
be
do?
an action?
I would like to make sure he stays stunned.
Okay, go ahead and do an attack.
Am I still at advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still currently laying down.
Ah, luck!
That's better. Well, the other was a natural one, so.
Don't forget that you can use
So-
luck to make someone else reroll too.
Oh, I thought it was
So like if an
myself.
enemy,
An enemy you can make reroll, like think of
Oh,
a natural
natural
20.
Oh,
or
I
like
didn't
if
know
they
that.
roll
I did, I
to
did.
stop your
I was
stunning.
only on myself. Oh.
Solid.
What'd you get?
So,
Actually,
22?
no, that I didn't tell you.
Are you trying to stun him again?
Yeah.
Natural 20 on that one. He's still
Her.
stunned
Do
until
I
the end
roll?
of your turn.
Damn.
Yeah, you still roll damage.
5.
Okay.
Little by little, he's taking him down.
21.
15? Does that say?
14 is your save.
Yeah, 14.
Ooh, that was closely.
Well, 9 more points of damage.
Okay.
Costs her a key point every time she does
Yes.
Yes, every
Oh.
time. So I don't know how many
Every
you
time
have,
you do
but
stunning
every time
Then
you
1,
stunning strike.
2, 3.
You did
3 last time.
2 the first
First
time.
times. 1, 2,
So you did
3,
5.
4, 5,
2
6.
flurry of
Two
blows.
flurry of blows.
6. So I have
Oh, she's dead.
So you have 4 left.
Yeah.
so 4 left.
Yep.
21 again.
Yep. Are you doing it again still?
Yeah,
This
I'll do
time?
it. Yeah.
He saves. So go ahead and roll damage on his turn to hit.
9.
Okay. One more hit. You don't have to try to stun if you don't
Yeah.
want to, but you still have one more hit with your flurry of blows that you did. So it's up to you if you want to try to stun him or if you just want to hit him. Either way, you can hit him.
I mean, we want to stun him, don't we?
It's up to you. Do you want to keep him from doing anything?
Well, yeah.
Then stun him.
I'll do one more. I mean, what else am I
So roll
using key
six.
points for? 22.
Your rolls are starting to get better.
And you only have to use the
Okay,
same
so he
strength
does
to
save on
make
all of
it.
them,
Okay.
but he's still until, what, just till the end of this turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's
So,
functional.
well, 8 more points of damage.
Eight more points,
Please.
okay.
Nice. You
You
did a
did
lot
a
of
lot.
damage.
You've done a lot of damage to him.
Yeah.
Still
So,
have 2 key points.
all right,
Or 1.
Slazar. Reach into his box of magic tricks. No, it's not, because he has control of you. So,
Why do you hate me?
Is he able to do it through the wall of force?
just nothing can physically pass through.
No, I know.
Spells can pass through.
Spells can pass through? I don't think so, because it disintegrates.
Wall
so
appears
it
in an orientation you choose. You can form it in a hemisphere, blah, blah, blah. Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage. It can't be dispelled by magic.
So I guess the connection was already made, so it's
Right.
yeah.
It's just nothing. It just says nothing can physically pass through the wall.
Well, so like if you cast a spell, it's a physical
yeah,
like
that
fireball or fireball.
But as far as, I mean, it's a
But what about like
Telepathic
sacred,
connection.
sacred flame? That's you're not sending out; it's you're just commanding it on an object.
yeah.
that's a
So,
place you could see within range. So
Yeah.
I would think you could do something like that over
yeah,
there.
where you're creating it.
But as far as shooting an Eldritch
Good
Blast,
to know.
that wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's he doing? Or what's Veronica do?
Yeah, I don't get to make any saves, right? Like it's just I'm just
No.
you take
What
damage,
if I
unless I
whack
take
her?
damage.
Yeah.
but
I
no one's
whack her
hurting
and
you.
I wake her up?
So
You've been
since-
attacking the Arkeans, so.
No.
Right.
Huh?
And they're not
That's
attacking
if
you
I
back.
attack her, I'll wake her up.
It should,
Um,
we need
I'd
to
have
know
to
She
know
does
that.
just
that.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Does
to
she
know
take
that.
the action on this
I
turn,
have
or
great
on her
research.
turn, or
I
does
can
she
cure
take the
you.
action on his
You just
turn?
need to
If you
know.
know.
But you
Like,
don't.
does he use his
You don't
action
know.
to tell
Yeah.
her what she
I
has to
think
do?
he does it.
Which
Which you'll see probably in a minute.
on my
Whatever
turn,
you
I should have done it last time. Ask
Well,
what's
this
going
says, while
on.
it's charmed, you use telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious. No action required.
Oh, so he could be
So
telling
he could be
her.
doing his own thing too,
Yeah.
and be telling you on your turn. what to
Yep.
do. Oh, that's even more fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
We're learning spells.
We're learning as a group and dying.
So
as
we'll
a
say he's not
group.
going to tell you what to do until your
Excellent.
turn, but he can still do stuff on his turn.
I don't.
So,
None of us have really
Dang it, Slazar.
been hurt too much, have we?
Not yet.
Okay, just
he's going to go
Off
away
the board.
and does something, but you don't know what it is. So.
that never goes well.
Nick.
Anytime that's said.
2 attacks. Since I cannot be released from these bonds. That will be a 19.
Does not hit.
19 does not hit.
Gives it 20 in the new form. He was only 17 before, but now he's 20 for AC.
Both were 19. I rolled 2 8s.
Okay. You go, but kind of just barely out of reach. All right. Day. A fabulous day.
First, I'm going to ask what's going on here,
To me?
just out loud in general.
I don't know.
Well, you guys
I
can't
don't know,
respond
man.
until.
That's crazy.
I mean, nothing really seems like it's happening. They're attacking that thing on the ground, but is it even moving really? Grimhoff's
He hasn't been able to. No.
Is the thing over there doing anything?
Yeah, he's been shooting spells at Nick.
Oh, then I'm gonna go attack that one.
Okay. One that shot you is gone, but that one's been attacking Nick.
I just didn't know if I walked out, just
What
everyone
are you
just.
doing to attack? Dagger?
Yeah. whatever.
All right.
Actually, no, wait. Sacred Flame then.
Got a save of what?
Yeah. Cons.
Dex save.
10 plus 2 for 12.
Oh my goodness, I get to hit with it. My save's only 13.
Oh, well.
I know that's how I feel about my kids sometimes. I'm like,
3d8. So that's 16 damage.
nice.
Okay. Anything
Um,
else?
I guess I would walk over. Actually, I would try to walk as far as I can over that way.
Peeking at my
When you dominate someone, do you know their abilities?
Not.
The way that I've seen it is that the longer you have them dominated, it's just kind of like you begin to learn more and more. Is the way. Was how I've seen it played before. So it's up to you.
Are you done?
Yeah, I ran into the force wall. I don't know if that does anything to me.
But it says you can.
Nope, you just can't pass through.
Like you could issue a command. Why don't you harm him with the most powerful thing you have?
And it just says I would do my best to follow that command.
Yeah.
So you could say command him to do something, and I'd be like, "Okay, do this," and then like it doesn't work. Like so, you would not know. I don't think my abilities, at least to.
But you can issue commands to be like harm them as much as you possibly can.
We did this with the Crown of Madness during the Squid People thing.
Yeah,
The
but
Crown of Madness.
Yeah, it says you
is
can
so fun.
specify a simple and general course
So
of action.
the Arkeyan hits you for 15 points of cold damage. And then on your turn, he just tells you telepathically, get the hammers from Nick. If he won't give them to you, take his father.
Okay, so I've got a question real quick on this because it says on your turn you can use an action to take total and precise control of the target. But outside of that, it says you can specify a simple and general course of action, such as
Okay,
attack
so
the
we'll say I've
creature,
been doing it right.
run over
Because he
there,
hasn't done anything
Yeah.
else. So
and fetch that object. So I could fetch it.
So he basically
try.
tells you to get the hammers from Nick. If he doesn't give it to you, take his father. That's just what he tells you to do. So essentially for your turn, you would walk towards him. And you would probably ask him for the hammers.
Can I have the hammers?
no, I'm trying to kill this thing.
I really need them.
Where's your wand?
Well, I gave it to my friend. The girl, you know, that teleported us.
She can't use it.
Probably.
Whatever.
I really need the hammers. Can I charm him?
Well, the command was
Oh, no.
or take his
Or
father.
take his father if he doesn't give it. So we'll say that moved your movement and action to do that. So on your next turn, essentially if he doesn't relinquish them, then your next order is to
take
take
the-
his father.
Okay.
So that was your turn. You went over, you asked him, and he said no. He still doesn't exactly know what's
Yeah.
going on because
That's
he's
what I
over
was
there.
like,
You just
I-
walked over
what?
and asked him for the hammers. And what? Penny.
Did I see any of that?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah, 'cause I came out.
I
of the
would
room.
I would
was
have
supposed to
seen Slazar over there as I was walking to the barrier, wouldn't I?
You saw him over there. You don't know what's going on at all.
I mean, that's a big indicator.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about Veronica, no. But
So, since I
Just
saw
trying to use what
her
I.
give the wand to somebody already, and now it looks like she's trying to take something else, I'm just gonna put 2 and 2 together and shoot her in the leg.
Roll a disadvantage.
Please.
Really should just say shoot her.
I don't want to hurt her really bad.
You can do it
That's
non-lethally.
what Penny would do, though. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I could say I'd shoot her in the gut. I feel like if I
That's
had
you
gonna
don't
be a
have to get much
disadvantage.
hit.
We don't have these potions.
I'm rolling. Jeez.
That's my
You only
fault.
have to beat a 12. Please
Yeah.
beat a 12.
Yeah, beautiful.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
You will.
Is that sneak attack?
So I made
No, because you're not considering. I don't think you consider her your enemy right now.
7.
but technically, it's if there's an ally within 5 feet of your target. Does not say, hey, what you're shooting at has to be an enemy.
Pretty sure if I'm shooting
If
at
there's-
it, it's.
There's
Sure, roll
an
sneak
enemy.
attack. It doesn't matter. Roll wisdom save, Veronica.
It was 11.
You're gonna roll really high for all these, aren't you?
17.
No, wait.
I want to.
Oh, you
wanna
want to
make
roll
the
high.
save.
I was thinking the other way.
You didn't make it.
Oh, that'd be higher than.
Thanks.
But you take however much extra damage she does.
How much more?
4 more damage.
Okay. Are you shooting again, or are you?
Well, I don't want to shoot it twice because I don't know what it did. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot the Arkeyan.
Well, you have to reload for one of your attacks, so then you're shot.
So I'm done.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna move into this room.
Okay.
I rolled a
Awesome.
17 and
Angela.
didn't save.
Oh, hello, Angela.
Yeah,
Grimhouse gets a turn, guys.
he does.
Damn it.
All right, he's gonna stand up, and as he stands up, he's fat, but he's now
Oops, sorry.
as tall as Nick is. Oh gosh, what is his weird attack?
That's a good way to start.
Any attack
Well-
against other creatures has disadvantage.
By the way,
unless
that
it's
last
against
turn
What if it's against everyone around
went
him?
well.
you. Is
One-
it like area
That
of effect?
closer to me just
No.
you made right.
It's an individual attack.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
I ran.
If it's an
Roll the
individual
four
attack
for my
against
personal
every other
intelligence
creature,
check.
every other creature has
So I didn't
disadvantage
have
on
to
the
get why
except
she
sheet.
attacked you.
And they have resistance to the
So I'm gonna
damage.
go ask her. I will be like.
So
that
he's
whole
going
turn.
to. He now has 2 blades in his hand, like the Arkeyan spear people. He's going to spin them almost like Taz the Tasmanian
Yeah,
Devil,
that's
Okay.
cool.
Oh.
and try to move while doing this. So he'll have disadvantage on the attacks against you
Oh.
and you, and advantage on you because you're restrained.
Yes.
Okay. So against Nick,
Natural 20.
natural
Yep.
20.
Of course.
Against you, disadvantage. 16.
Yeah.
And she takes half damage from it.
And disadvantage 14 hit you. That's good for you.
Why did
You're
you
taking
get
damage.
Yes, I'm taking damage.
So,
Oh.
you will each take half damage though.
By the way,
Bring it on.
was
And you will
Lampin
you'll take regular damage because you're raging. It would
Yes.
be double, but it's regular. So you take, Nick, 16 points of damage.
Okay. Yours is reduced by 10.
Okay. So you take, so it's half, and
Half
then
by
reduced by 10, so
10.
you don't take any.
Nice. Well, thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
And then you take 8 points of damage. He
what's
ends
your
up.
thing that
Ancestral Guardian.
no that they have disadvantage on anyone but you.
Ancestral Guardian.
Oh, that as well.
It's literally like my guy's like, no,
Can I
you don't
hellish
attack anyone but
rebuke
me.
No, he's gonna look here.
Oh, can I make a wisdom
You
save?
can. You can make wisdom save, and you can hellish rebuke him. His dex save is 19 plus stuff, so it'll be half damage, but you can roll your hellish rebuke.
Oh, yeah, 15.
Okay. You're still. You have to get 18.
Is Hellish Rebuke only if you take damage though?
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
I didn't.
Sorry.
That's right.
All right. Well,
It's not
it's
if
your,
you've been
call.
attacked.
it's your
I just-
turn,
Yeah.
Iris.
It is.
He went swinging around, but his ancestral guardian got in the way, and you didn't take any damage. But he spun around and into that room. Oh, that room that had somebody in it. It had.
Angela?
Oh no, that was your room.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's
yeah,
my
that was
room.
his, yeah.
Okay.
Banjo's in that
You-
one.
Penny's in the room with Angela, by the way. Yeah, Banjo's in the room, but and Arthur. So he's currently in a room. But what do you want to do?
Oh, can I attack him when he leaves? Oh no, I used my reaction to do that.
Ancestral.
You could attack him as he leaves. Opportunity attack.
Oh, taking negative.
I mean, I
You
guess.
are-
What are you gonna do? Punch
Oh,
him?
no. I can't do that because I'm under spell or whatever.
Well, you still.
I'm gonna
he's
come
still
in
an
here
enemy.
with him.
Okay.
That also
I
didn't
don't
look
think you
very
would
well
have
for my
done that.
staff. And I'm going to just. How far away is? It's not very far away.
I would
30
dissipate
feet.
him.
There's a reason they went after the people they went after.
Yeah.
Wait, I maybe want to do this to you.
He's not dumb, guy. This is our guy.
Can I?
He also has my wand.
That's true.
Which kind
Are you
of
still- are you
raises
still trying to-
concerns on why there was just a lone imp
I don't know if
Probably
you
trying
guys.
to hit
isn't
my
it?
bow.
Well, I don't know.
But so Landon probably down there by now. He's been
Are
dashing
you in a-
essentially both
Are you
turns.
in a 30-foot radius of me? If I'm in this
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the room? I don't know.
Yeah. All of us are.
What are you doing?
Well, I was gonna see about doing my robe to stun him.
Okay.
Mm.
Would be
But
anybody within
it's
that
gonna
range.
be anybody
Yeah.
within that range, which
Well, if you're in a room though, don't
Can I
we
say that my
see
dad's
it?
backed up by this point?
Yeah, we'll say he's kind of in the
What do
room.
we have
kind
to
of
see it?
That way he doesn't get
occasionally
a
going up a. Keeping it.
Like if someone casts a fireball in there and someone's in there, they're not going to get hit by it.
Right.
yeah,
The
that's what I
door's
was thinking.
open, so I'll say that. Well, what is it? It's just if you could see it, right?
Yeah, 30. I think it's 30 feet.
Essentially, it would be Nick because
Yeah.
he's chained in one way,
Yeah.
looking there.
Yeah.
It's Nick and
That's fine.
Veronica.
What is it?
You have to make
Wisdom?
succeed on a wisdom saving.
Of course it is. Oh, it was so good, and then it went away.
Ah, 15.
So what is it?
So,
3.
so they're all.
I saved.
Well, then you need.
Or is it
To
the
do
same
one for
save
them.
as her save, or is it a special
Then they
save?
become stunned.
I saved.
Oh, he's got
What
a
is
this thing?
The robe of
Or-
scintillating colors.
Jeez.
Until the end of my next turn.
Don't worry, Grimhouse made the save.
Damn it.
He got 15 in his wisdom.
And
It's
then
20, so his modifier.
It's alright, it's not as bad as when I
Oh, so he
blinded
like way made it.
our entire team.
His wisdom was the highest one.
But she can't do anything.
I'm
It's
not
true.
stunned.
Wait,
Oh.
oh, you made
I
the
made
save?
the save.
Okay,
Oh,
so
just
Nick is
Nick.
stunned.
Well, son of a.
I know. I
Sorry?
wish.
Hey, it's more fun that way.
Well, there's a really blinding light coming from him.
Coming from him.
No, me.
Oh, from you.
Okay, so
Like
Slazar
Dave's
essentially
Nice.
uses his action to confirm what you need to do. If he won't give you the hammers, take his father
And I can't do anything about it.
and come here.
Wow, I really screwed her.
So
can't
your
not.
dad has absolutely no idea what's going on out here with you at all.
I could take the hammer. He's stunned. I could take the hammers out of his hand.
You can make a strength check against him, sure.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
What's a stunned creature?
Unless Slaydar's
strength
actually.
checks?
You're incapacitated, can't move, can't speak. You automatically fail strength and dexterity. So you pull them away
Well,
from
I
him.
feel like you'd rather me do that than take your dad. So.
Right. So currently, you use your action to just take it from him,
Yeah.
and then you turn and walk back 30 feet. Which these are pretty heavy for you. So you're kind of like, ugh, carrying these.
Oh yeah, I'm probably dragging it. Like this
Um,
is heavy.
That's his turn. Nick, you're stunned.
Luckily,
Day.
I don't think it's too hard to put
Veronica's
together
walking
anymore.
towards you with these hammers, just walking towards you.
I'm glad you're there.
Greater restoration. Cures charm. Just.
And I put them together and I.
you killed Day.
No,
I've been
no,
waiting
no,
so
no.
long.
Okay. So he reaches out and touches you, and you come to, and you're holding these things, and Day's right in front of you. Like,
And I'll be like,
you
where's
remember
the wand?
everything that happened, but while you were doing it, it really seemed like a good idea, like what you should do.
It was a good idea at the time.
It really seemed good. Okay, is that your turn?
Good move.
Yep.
That's-
I was waiting for the in game it to make sense for me to
Yes.
understand.
Yeah, no, it made sense. I got the hammers.
Um,
If you had gone,
strongest
if
character.
you had gone for
Right
his
there.
dad, you were gonna have to dimension door him.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
He was gonna punch you if you tried touching it.
I
Well,
think
yeah.
I would then
He would have hit.
go over there where I saw him go in.
It's very bright in here.
Okay, yeah, it's getting bright in
You
there.
both-
She's got her robe, you got your thing. It's bright in there.
It's
Is he not
glorious.
blinded? Like,
Is he
what
still
is
those
happening?
fancy
Yeah,
clothes?
I said one.
With his beard.
Blinded,
You have
blinded.
disadvantage on this bright
Double
light.
light.
Like what the heck?
14
Mine's
hits
just
you.
daylight.
Well, you failed. I mean,
Yeah.
fire
At
damage
least
of
creatures that see
15.
me take
Alright.
disadvantage on me.
Okay. Well, that's lovely. Veronica. You come to and you're holding these things.
Nick, how do I use it?
I
No,
think you would
I would
know
take-
what.
I would give it back to Nick.
He's a little
Are you using your movement action to go give him back?
It's an action to get back. Can I use a bonus action?
We'll say it's a bonus action to give it back. So you have
Okay.
to move, bonus action. You're essentially trying to put them back in his hands
Yeah, like-
because he's chained up right now.
Okay.
So you're putting them back in his hands, and you're over there now.
Can I see?
I think you're well aware there's a wall of force
Yes,
there.
yes, and I can see him over there now.
Yeah, he's moved a bit further, so he's right back here, but he's.
So I'm gonna disintegrate this wall.
All right, so that wall goes away.
I know it might have just been waste of spell, but
It's your turn, Penny.
I don't think
Hopefully
so.
not.
Did I reload
Because
on
he's
my last turn?
now.
You reload
not
and you
safe.
shot once. You have 5 bullets in
let's
right
just do it again now.
You wanna-
So the thing's gone.
now.
I feel like
you
Slavar-
come out, you look, and
Slavar?
you're gone.
We cannot
What's
say
wall of
an
force? You have
A.
to counter it
Oh,
with
Slavar.
I'm gonna shoot once and see if it seems to go through.
Okay, go ahead and attack.
if it's a higher slot. Oh, okay. So
18.
18.
I think that's what counts.
It counts. 11 damage.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Did it seem to hit him?
Yep.
Glad you chose that one instead of the other ones that you could have
I
chosen.
know. I was looking at all of them. And
Oh, yeah, so you do
All
have to cast it.
what?
Yeah.
imprisonment. Like I could have just put him beneath the earth's surface where no one knows where he is. I mean, in a tiny little jewel locket thing. Like there's a lot of worse ones. I chose
Oh.
probably the easiest
Yeah.
one
For
because
what?
for
For-
imprisonment,
Oh,
the spell that he got on Nick, like there's way worse things.
just
Yeah.
being in chains. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the easiest. That's the simplest.
Could have sent me to a demi-plane where I walk around in a hedge maze forever.
Oh.
What level is that? Like a ninth level spell?
Woo!
Alright,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna take my second
I didn't
shot.
want to completely take it out of the campaign.
Use a grip point
Sorry,
for my
Nick.
second shot.
But I thought about it. Next
Well, I
time has
was going to do
come.
the burying one, but I couldn't figure out a good way to find it.
I'm gonna do a grip point for my second shot.
Okay.
And do violent shot.
Okay. That just adds to your chance to thing break, right?
Yes.
Okay.
14.
14 is not hit. Okay. Grimhouse is going to do the same awesome attack. Is it still disadvantage or no?
Yes.
Okay, so disadvantage.
Well, wait, hold on. No, because I didn't get to attack him.
Okay,
So no.
You didn't have
Regular attacks.
disadvantage on you, right?
He has this, yeah.
on you, but not on you.
Correct.
Against you misses. Against you,
Did you take base patient defense? or-
18
No, the
plus
poor
5
rogue,
does hit.
um,
So, you get hit.
Anyone that attacks.
Why am I getting hit?
Am
For-
I still? Yeah, I'm still stunned, so I can't use certain
16 points
reactions.
of damage.
Unless of-
Yeah, until my turn, which is almost.
Do you need to be able to
And-
move for your spirit guardian to actually do something?
I'm incapacitated currently. I'm still stunned.
And he's
That's
across
all.
in Day's old room, because he kind of tornado and spins. He's over in Day's old room now.
This one.
So am I knocked out of the way? I
You
feel.
just got hurt.
Okay.
I didn't add anything in about getting knocked prone. I probably should have, but I didn't, so. Alright, it's your turn. You
Is
just
it an
flew
act?
out of here again.
Yeah. Is it an action to look out the window really quick?
I could say it's a bonus action if you want to do a perception check.
Yeah. Just wanted to see.
You're doing really good at perception checks, so go for it. These have been going really
I had
well.
some sarcasm there.
Well, you have a light on, maybe that'll help.
Yeah. Do I get some advantage? Perception. I think it's 2. So 12.
Okay. As you go and look out the window, you notice, first of all, in the window, there's like a grappling hook there
Mm-hmm.
with a rope going down. And you look down, and there's some sort of individual down there going down the rope. And it looks like he might have your staff. He's climbing down the rope.
Oh, should I? Can I roll for rampage?
You can, you might lose the staff, but you can.
Oh my gosh, we've already already lost the bow and the wand. Or
You may not have lost, but can I roll for Lancet from the last turn?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
So,
five
and
dice fire.
I,
Yeah, just like later.
Oh, I'm somewhat athletic.
10.
How high up are we?
9.
I'm not sure, but pretty high up.
Like deathly high?
You're pretty sure
would
that if
you
you
say?
fell, you
That'd
wouldn't
be-
live.
The objects will live.
So we're deathly high, I'd say.
Oh, hi down there.
What do you want to do?
Deadly encounter.
Well, since I was with you,
You have feather fall?
since I was with you in the library, I'm gonna move
Can
back
you
over
run
here.
on walls yet?
No. I think that was a
That was a
tabaxi thing.
Yeah.
Can do it.
Yeah, but Tana
think
could
she
have
can
run
do it
down
until-
and run back up and
I
just
mean,
fine.
yeah.
Tana would
Isn't it
have been able
action
to go
to say
down,
something
grab
to
the
a
staff and run
character?
back up without even.
Not or bonus, but you've already used your bonus.
Bonus. Well, I'm gonna tell you that my staff is being taken down out the window.
Solid. Well, I can't say anything.
Solid.
You acknowledge. All right.
Acknowledged.
That's just solid.
Out of my bedroom window.
Got it.
Sleeping.
So you guys notice that he turns, kind of looks back down the hallway, looks kind of up and around, turns back at you guys, smiles, and then just and leaves.
Oh, sweet.
Well, got my wand.
Cool.
He does.
So are we out of
You still
we're
have
still in
Grimhouse
this
there.
oh yeah, I
And
forgot.
an Arkeyan.
Yeah.
Nick, it is your turn.
Okay. Do I see Grimhouse?
You saw him go by and into another room, so you don't currently have a visual on him. There's an Arkeyan that's been shooting you over there, though. Okay, go ahead and roll your. Well, there's still flat rolls.
They're flat rolls.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
So 19 and
Oh,
Either way.
got it.
I use my
I mean,
bonus action
it's up
to
to you.
disengage
I
them so I
gave
can
you
throw them again.
information.
Yeah.
19 and 26.
Oh yeah, roll them hit.
So 19 and 21. So 30 points
Oh,
total.
points. Okay, this one's starting to look pretty rough, but it's still up.
Wait, 19 and 21? That's 40.
Oh, 40 points. Sorry.
What did you say before?
30.
10, okay. Day.
You're better.
He just went flying by you like a
It's
tornado.
low.
Right when you get over to him, he flies by you.
That's my room, right?
The one he went into, yeah.
Fireball. At 4th level.
That's true too. Maybe they're not even home.
In the room?
In the room.
All right.
I know there's no one in there. Besides him.
The dex 14. That's your save?
That's what I was seeing.
Okay. Ooh, your other fireball was better. Your one against that imp was
That
much
didn't
better.
matter.
Oh, the imp.
It's so great. You chose that.
So he takes 14 points of damage.
Okay.
So what'd you get?
The
No.
bonus action,
This guy's turn.
Lantern. Natural 1. He's giving
He's
it a...
searching.
He's searching.
He's
He's
looking
trying.
for him. Okay. So the guy is doing well. Yeah. He actually even misses you. Is it an advantage though on you?
Yeah, because I'm restrained.
Is your... Okay, so yeah. 12 points of cold damage.
Okay.
What are you looking over there?
Starting to have some wear.
Veronica.
I heard what you said.
I hear you.
I've taken into
I
consideration.
hear you. I feel the situation is slightly okay. I'm going to cast.
Everything seems fine.
I'm going to cast fly on myself.
I feel like you'd be
Okay.
panicking a bit more that your wand just disappeared.
Well, that's
Well,
why.
the wand is gone, so now I think that maybe the staff is going to be gone. So I'm going to cast fly, and she said it went out her bedroom window, and I'm going to fly out the window
You're gonna dash fly.
because I have a fly speed of 60 feet.
Yeah, flies, dash. Well, I should cast the resurrection.
Good point.
But I have 60
So-
feet
Oh.
of movement.
Okay, so you are out the window and heading down. You're not to the guy yet, but you are heading down towards it.
Because I'm like 35 feet below that window.
This is gonna end it real
Okay.
well.
It's gonna be awesome.
Because she can't cast this spell or else it goes away, right? No, she
No,
can do
this is-
spells.
You can't do another
That's
concentration.
right.
Yeah.
Never
She
mind. I
chooses
thought
the concentration
I'm
when it's a
good,
poor
man,
choice.
I'm good.
I thought it would be funny.
Someone
It's like
breaks
you,
the concentration. It's a bad situation.
That's
too.
very true,
Down
too.
I go.
Oh, shucks.
Well, we
It's
died.
okay, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Either she
Lampin will be
dies-
searching for your body too,
She
except for
won't die.
that's on the other side.
I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
get
kill
the
Lampin.
staff, dang it. That door closed.
Wait, there's
Thanks,
clips
people.
on
You
both
may be like
sides?
holding
I
on to the rope.
I'm
don't
getting close to the
know.
road. I'm not gonna be like
You're on a
Peter
peninsula.
Pan.
We're on a
An
peninsula
isthmus.
in
she's
the
smart. Like,
in the
Pretty
mountains.
close to the
Pretty
wall.
good.
she's very
Is that door
smart.
closed?
For Christmas.
It's open. You don't probably have to move a little bit.
I know.
All right, go for it.
And obviously they're not flying,
Nice.
25 for one.
Yep.
26 for the other.
Yep.
so in our room.
I know you're gonna hate this, but it's gonna be half damage.
That sounds like
Roll all top things.
whatever that was.
So 17 total.
Okay.
Oh, no, I think it's
All right. Grimhaus, you guys hear him kind of shout out, Schleiser, you told me you'd be here with me till the end. Where did you go? And he's going to
No.
do his... Oh, okay. So he's going to do his move,
Feels good.
but he's going to end up right here afterwards. But he's going to hit you, and you, and get here. Two. Good. That one misses. Oh wait, that was against Nick. 5 plus 4, 9. Nope, still misses you.
He has advantage.
Oh, then it hits 16 plus that.
By my giant wall of daggers is still
But it's
floating
half
in
damage.
midair. I've made all the concentration
On
saves.
2d12s, I rolled a 5 and a 1, so you take 3 points. Oh wait, plus his modifier, you take 5 points of damage.
Alright.
Against you,
I can't move that.
misses. Against Day,
Dang it, I want you to
Hits.
do
Of course it hits.
and 18 plus
Built
12.
this character
And
tonight.
then I rolled 22 points of damage. And
The one
misses
purpose of
you.
this character was
But he
not.
stops right in front of you, but he comes flinging around. But he
Well,
misses
I
your
reduce
guy
your
guns.
damage by 4 points.
Okay.
He can't hit you. He can't hit you. I don't think you've taken any damage, have you?
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Nobody's really tried to hit me until now.
I've taken
Yeah.
40, but I mean,
I might take the ultimate damage
but you know, I now
Iris, what would
have
you like to
the
do?
diamond.
Oh, it is now my turn. Well,
But would you use it?
I don't know if I would. We just had a conversation where you said you didn't trust me. Would I want a companion like that? Maybe things would go better for me.
can I?
If you go inside the room,
Turn everyone
you
over
can
this
be
way.
at
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Okay.
I am flying near the
I might.
Why does it look like your character's starting to do the limbo? Like you even have the bar. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna try to stun him. I got a couple key points left.
Jackie
gonna do it.
and
We'll go ahead and roll and see if you hit first.
Jacko on the limbo stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 plus.
Yeah.
5 points.
Okay.
I know a ton I do something
Oh, yes, you started.
Nothing except from attacking.
That's why I asked if you guys were okay going late, so I know it's going to go fast.
Flurry of blows.
What time is it even?
It's just after 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not terribly late, but...
We're close to
18
that.
a hit.
What?
18 plus
Lampin,
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
well,
Go ahead and roll
she'll
damage.
find a bow.
and saves on
You
his
rolled a
damage.
10 and a nat
Right amount
one.
of 6 points of damage.
Alright. Slings are... You just hear a voice all around you saying, your usefulness to me has ended.
You do have 11.
Everyone
Oh.
just hears that in response to what Grimlock said.
Well, so I
Nick,
saw
your
one.
turn.
22.
Yeah, I didn't change
One of
it.
them hits, the other one doesn't.
Okay.
He's found the last relic.
Which means
25 points of damage.
Well, if our usefulness is gone, that means he doesn't need to collect anymore.
Okay.
We have the rest. That's what I'm thinking. Well, what do I know? I might as well.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do the bonus action first, because Lampett's got it.
That's sweet.
Come on, Lampett.
He's really looking.
Santa is struggling.
He's having some trouble.
Oh dear. I think I will do my channel divinity again.
What's it?
Light it up.
Natural 1. I don't think it matters.
Constitute, yeah. Why can I not see dice?
Nice.
24 points of damage. By the way, this
How
would,
do you want to
this
do
was
this
his
with your
first-
channel divinity? He had 11 HP left after your. I thought you were going to finish him off.
Nice.
If you had hit with your second one,
wait,
you would have.
what, this one?
Oh, not Grim?
That Grimhouse is gone.
Yeah.
That one makes a save, but gets hurt how much?
12, I think.
Well, it's going to disappear once it's gone though.
Oh.
So it's not going to.
Um,
He still had 5 HP, but
basically how I envision just a giant wave erupts from me, and as it passes over Grimhouse, it just basically disintegrates in holy fire.
starts disintegrating the armor and everything. You hear, and all that's left on the ground is a golden dagger.
Does it shimmer?
It does.
Ooh.
Technically now it's the guy on the
I'm gonna walk
rope's
over
turn.
to the golden dagger.
Seeing you coming flying towards him, well, he wasn't really planning on fighting, but he's going to try to make you fall.
Good. I am by the rope. I did tell him.
19 plus stuff to hit.
Oh, yeah, that
No, re-roll. My 11 point.
Yes!
Do you have to see them?
Oh.
Dang it.
Do you have to
How
know
does
they-
that work?
You have to know that, well, you know he exists, but I don't
I
know.
guess
That's a
that's
good
true.
question.
I don't think so. I think it's just any roll.
Because I don't think the next one's
Because
gonna
you're just
hit.
lucky. You only have to beat a 12.
Shield.
Oh, probably exactly 12, but...
Why are they?
Okay,
It's so
which
hard
one?
to.
Well,
Shield.
it's going to
Shield,
hit.
shield, 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 shield.
If luck works, then he misses. If luck doesn't work, then he hits.
Yeah, you can also get a 1 point when an attack roll is made against you.
Oh, it is just me.
So he does
So
hit.
that's what I
No shield, no shield, no shield, no shield.
For 5 points of damage as he
Oh.
throws a dagger at you. Make a,
I wish it was a monk and I could grab and throw it
make
right
a
back at
Constitution
him.
saving throw.
Oh
wish
my
I could
goodness.
inspire you.
They do know I am by the rope, so I maybe can make a dex saving throw if you let me.
Can't you just cast fly?
You make it.
Oh.
So you take the 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay,
Guys,
that
and
was
his-
close.
He's only got 1 attack. He's going to continue trying to scurry down this rope.
Oh, you can hurry, man, but you can't hide.
So once you catch up to him, what is your plan?
Is he holding the staff while he's climbing down, or is it in his pocket?
It's
Like
in his
something-
other hand,
And he's climbing down
underneath
with it?
him, and he's climbing down.
He's
This is
climbing
not in
down
his
the
hand.
rope
It's in
with
here.
his staff in his hand.
Yes.
Okay, so disadvantage.
He changed it
Yeah.
into a magic.
I'm gonna grab it out
Okay.
of his hand.
Make a strength check.
Or I'm going to.
You have to beat 12.
Yeah,
Roll.
I guess so.
We'll do it. Come on. This is your time to shine.
13.
Nice.
Wait, you have +2?
Alright, so you pull the staff away from him. He's just like hanging there,
That
just kind of cursing you, and I assume you're flying back up.
I've only kissed and a
Alright,
flower.
he throws
That was my
one more
bonus
dagger
action.
at you and does 1 point of damage.
By concentration check.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, unless you get a natural 1. Well, no, you have to
No,
get
you
a
have to be at a 10.
Oh, man.
But you have another fly,
Don't
don't
lose
you?
you and those.
If you.
Yeah, I do have another fly. I
Oh.
fall.
Okay. So you take 1 point of damage in the back
I
as you
did.
get back up.
Yes. Okay.
So, yeah. Grimhouse was the second weakest of the Guardians. I figured you guys would have encountered him a long time before, so he was only stronger than Lust.
Hey.
His whole thing was he was going to try to summon more
What's that?
things. He was like a summoner I created, but he's not
Thank
very
you.
good.
I know it's
So,
a
There's no big
golden
thing.
dagger on the
But
ground.
yeah, we'll die, that's fine.
You are restrained by manacles,
Still?
Manacles?
or by giant chains.
I'll go try to
holding
help
you.
him.
Can my staff?
Are they magical?
You guys try everything you can, and
Like we can't
Even my
spell
magic
or
staff
counterspell it?
can't get them.
hit it all you want.
Did Grimhaw summon them?
We can't dispel magic? No? Okay.
You can try. What level would you like to cast it at?
I didn't have it prepared.
All right.
Can I?
Does someone want to grab one of those the librarian type people that might be able to help out with this? Because I can't move. I
Sure.
can move my
I can
wrist.
put you in a hut.
So
Yeah,
Dad comes out and he's
yeah,
trying to
put
work on it, but
Dad,
he
it's-
can't get anything
It's
out.
not gonna work.
I'm sure we could just shrink him or something.
Who is taking the dagger, if anybody?
I was gonna pick it up and hand it to her because she's the only one that didn't.
Nobody has one anymore.
Well, I have this. No, he has
He
them.
still has
I've got-
his.
Yes,
And I
yes,
My,
yes.
my lamp
She
is
has
still
hers.
looking at for mine.
Roll 2 more
I
checks.
can probably fly down to get yours too.
We don't know where it is.
That's what Lamp is looking for.
19.
Okay, so Lampet has found it.
Oh, good.
It's cocked.
Lampet knows where it is and can come up and
Tell us.
you
I have a
see any
telepathic
idea
link
that
to
you
him.
know. Well, what else are you guys doing?
We're gonna try to get him unbound.
In what? I mean, anything
Wait, can you cast
physically
fly
try
on
is
me?
not working.
Right? Can we go find an elf here that's like?
Yeah, she
Sure.
can.
Can you?
As you leave this hallway, you hear sounds of battle everywhere. And explosions of fire and things happening, and
Can you
it
cast
appears
fly on
that
me real
Shawl
quick?
is now under attack
So I
in
can
some
ret-
manner.
Will the dagger work on the chain?
So,
Wait, will the
that's
dagger
where
work?
we'll leave it.
Dang it!
Everything's great. Nick's chained up. You have a dagger that you'll need to attune to.
I
Do we
just
need a-
I
do we
just
need a
flew out the
picture of this,
window.
or we good?
You flew out the window. You what?
Do we need a picture of this again?
I mean, you guys can move.
Well, we can see it
Everyone
on the
can move
stream.
except Nick.
That's true.
So,
Sort of. It's kind of no.
You
But
just zoom
you
in real
guys-
quick.
beat Grimhots. Good job.
And that's where we're stopping the stream.
And we